Awesome. Well, there we go. See, we're doing something different now. I'm just going to be deck building, and we're going to hopefully have some people that join us up in the chat here. And then we're going to be doing some fun stuff. Maybe. I don't know. It really depends on what we're doing here tonight. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this posted in the Discord so people don't yell at me for not telling them that I'm doing something like this. And yeah, it's a bit impromptu. I get that. I don't blame anybody for not coming in, nor would I ever, but like, I don't blame anybody for not knowing what's going on, because I was just getting behind. Holidays were coming up, and I was like, I'll just do something. So I'll do this little chit chat for anybody who's wanting to chit chat with me. And leave me a suggestion if you want me to build any decks. So we could do that. If you don't want to build any decks, then let me know too, and then I could just sit there staring at you. Like, okay, here it goes. Alright. But yeah, I'll try and be reacting to chat as much as I possibly can. I built a deck with this one not too long ago. I actually tested it a little bit. This was a viewer recommendation, and it's really good. Or at least it's fun to play. It's casual good in a fun sense. You don't usually see too much of that around anymore at all. But let me just get this pasted and put out, and then... yeah, that's definitely a chat. Alright. How do I... if things were easy, I wouldn't be the way I am. Copy link. Stream. See, this is the best part. And if you're not on the Discord, you could always join it. It's free. Just make sure you have the correct account. And... is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. And we're good, you game. Let's see what happens. Bam. Alright, so Divergent Storm. I was actually doing pretty alright. The whole concept of this build that I made was... so the goal here is copy spells on everybody else's turns, so that when you cast something that would draw you cards, you would give somebody else a card, which they always kind of like, and then you would get 2 cards. And because you're copying a spell, things that require an additional cost to casting only have to be paid once. That being paid once essentially puts you into a nice little spot where the whole deck works. Pay 1 and a red, discard a card as an additional cost to cast it. Yeah, let me just get this back up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Additional cost to cast it, and then you have an opponent draw a card, and then you get to draw 4 for 2 mana, which is really fun. And you just do that during everybody's turn, and then you have effects that can help you out when you decide to do that. So I thought that would be really interesting as like a thing. So there's a few that'll just like make rats, or it'll make investigators or detectives or spirits or counters on a flyer, something like that, which can be pretty fun. Psychosis Crawler also really fun. That one usually gets bolted the moment that they see it, but it can work out there. Ermicle's Messenger and Stormkiln Artist also. Stormkiln mostly for the copying, but Ermicle's Messenger gets you spawn, which can create a lot of spawn. Otherwise, you just use them for the cost that they come in for. And yeah, some other effects, just fringe stuff. But there's a sub-theme that I decided to shoehorn into this, which I think is really fun. The sub-theme being copying other creatures or other effects. So you also get something like Chameleon Master Disguise, which gets, you can do your commander, obviously. But that's not usually what we want to do. We don't want to do our creatures wholeheartedly. We want to do more things like Will of Teamer. Will of the Teamer. And copy just any permanent, making it a 4/4 as well, and having fun with that. Or like Saheeli's Artistry. Or if you want to really make one player wish they didn't exist, call for aid. I don't know, because if you just give somebody else a card and then you copy it, you can steal 2 boards full of creatures. And you can't hit them when you take it. So you're just like, I'm going to take your board. I'm going to take your board. And then you just look at the last person like, it's like, you know what's coming. You really hope that your board is taken at that point, because Gondor called for aid and Rohan will heed the call. Whatever they say it is. But yeah, a small sub theme, Clone Legion, get 2 people's boards just in token versions. Not bad, especially when we have a lot of other stuff that can help reduce the cost. But yeah, Pirates Pillage, Seize the Spoils, sorcery speed versions of things that'll just get you more treasures, and if you give them the thing to copy, it comes back out, and you just, yeah, it's kind of interesting. So if you have any recommendations of what you want to watch or what you want me to build, just let me know. But otherwise, I'm going to just test this out a little bit, see how this goes, kind of show you. So like in this case, what do we got? Mountain. Mountain again. Signet. Next turn. Oh, island. This is the type of curve out that I love to do, where you get the Hedron Archive. That 4-drop is really, really nice. And then on this turn, 1, 2, 3, Decanter. I'd sandbag. Honestly, I don't mind sandbagging. But then we got this. Do I want to do that yet? No. Nah. Anyway, we would just probably demand answers, and I'll discard in response. Draw. Cool. Or Star Compass, and then we got all we need. So yeah, on this turn, okay, well that changes a little bit of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, Everflowing for 2 charge counters. Whoops, not that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Alania. This is mostly alright. Alright, and then we have the 1 mana remaining, and that's not going to really matter. Turn 6. How do we feel? Oh, we can make detectives if we want. And if we get the City's Blessing, which is pretty easy here. Yeah, nothing can be blocked if they're a detective. Hopefully everything's a detective. So, this is where, I guess Iron Crag Pyromancers were the one that I really want to do here. This is where you see, like, oh, yeah, I forgot. That's also really good. So 1, 2, and red. Iron Crag Pyromancer. Draw your second card. Deals 3 damage to any target. And so when you go back in, if you were to, in this case, the Alania Divergent Storm, I would cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. And then we would Will of Teamer. And then that would allow us to create a token that's a copy of anything. We have our commander, so we would be able to copy it twice. That's kind of nice. So I would choose something like the Iron Crag Pyromancer. And then I would give somebody else a card, and then they would come in, and then you would have that become a 4/4 dragon in addition to its other types. So you would get that twice. And draw cards equal to the greatest mana value among permanents I control. Currently, it's 5. So in this case, we would get a copy of the Iron Crag Pyromancer and also draw 5 cards. So we'd only deal 3 damage to something, but we get 2 copies of this. That then we draw 10 cards. And because we have Decanter of Endless Water, no maximum hand size. It's pretty nice. So that, and then, yeah, calculating counterpart. On somebody else's turn, we can just do that again for our Iron Crag Pyromancer. Or choose it to do it on our own turn, which for the most part we will do. So Soul Ring, because there's nothing else we can cast anyway. So, but we will, in fact, play a land drop. So let's do Island. And then something along the lines of Propaganda. Ooh, Propaganda. Draw the card. Well, draw the card, but next turn. Cool. And then I put that in. And now you're just taking the turns, essentially, just doing what you can. In this case, I didn't expect that you'd go 10 cards deep and not get more draw. But you could always just 1, 2, 2. And then you can send in Urza's Command. Give everything -2/0 until end of turn, or I'd probably create 2 constructs that just get bigger with artifacts, because we have a lot of artifacts. And then scry 1, draw a card twice. So 2 constructs, which would be here. Wait, we'll just copy that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. And then that would be scry 1, draw. So scry 1, we're going to put you on the bottom because I don't like that. And then draw. Scry 1, bottom, draw. Hey, look at that. Instant speed, too. That's what we wanted. Alright, and then we would pay 1 and 1. So, red, blue. Goblin Electromancer, making everything cost less. Very obvious include on this one. We've drawn 2 cards, so I've dealt 9 damage to my favorite hating thing. And that would be nice. And so now, in this case, we would, on each person's turn, be able to do something that would, like, copy. Because we have plenty of mana open now. So, in this case, I have 2 for the blue, another 1 for the blue, and then a red. So, I would go ahead and probably, on somebody else's turn, we would Electric Relation, reduce by 1. So, but it's all 2. Anyway, there, Star Compass. And then Electric Relation as an additional cost discard, so obviously you'd want to do that. And then draw 2. And then somebody else draws a card, and then you draw 2 more. And so then you would draw 4 total. So 1, 2, deal 9 damage across your favorite board. And then draw 2 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you get another one like big score. And that's where you start seeing things like that. And plus the flashback is nice because it's just there. So then that happens. And then next turn goes along. And then you'd pay a red. And then 1, 2. Reduced by 1. Big score. This one will get you 2 treasures. And then if I can find the treasures. This one will get you 2 treasures. And then 2 more treasures. And then big score comes in. You just discard the card as the cost, but somebody else gets a card. Whichever one is doing not great. Because the best part about this one is that it lends to a little bit of like group hug in a way. Because you don't have to worry too much about like giving somebody who's going to absolutely hurt you the card. You could give it to somebody that's just like, oh, you seem to be down and out. Let me just give you a card. We can be friends. Or you could just pick one person who really, really, really doesn't like cards. The best time to do this, and I'm dead serious, obviously, because it's going to be a great time to do this, is to wait till they enter their end step and before they move to cleanup. Because once they do that, they can't really cast it unless it's an instant that they get, and then they have to discard it. So if they have max, or if they have all the cards in hand. So it's really fun, and you can do that to hurt people emotionally if you really, truly want to. You don't have to. I would totally do it that way, though. But yeah, big score comes through. I draw 4 cards. Un, dos, tres, cuatro. And then rapid hybridization. Make 2 frogs instead of 1. What a deal. All they get is a card. It's like gifting. This is literally just gifting, though, I guess. Yeah, because Bloomborough. I can get that. I can get behind that. Cackling Counterpart. I'd probably do another Young Pyromancer thing so that you get 2 more of those. So then every single time you draw your second card, that's 15 damage to deal with something. And that's any target. So it could be people. If you really, truly wanted it to be people. But yeah, then we would get to our next turn. I would definitely do that one. So blue, and then this one would get my other blue. And then it's reduced by 1 anyway. So yeah, this one would get 2 more copies. And they'd be 4/4 dragons, but I did not care to do that. Or you could do Goblin Electromancer, which would get you cheaper and cheaper spells, which would be really awesome. Oh, hey, yo, the alien entity. How you doing? Nice to see you in chat. And if you want me to build something, obviously, you just let me know what you want me to build. I'm just going on something that I just recently built. But, yeah, this is, yeah, it's going to be great. But in this case, we're on turn 7, and we have done all that. Is it only on the left side? There's no way. Come on. I see, I tried to, I'm trying to, like, I tried to do it, and for some reason my output only goes into a mono channel. And I don't know how to set this to, like, mono. I'll move that up so that y'all can hear me a little bit better. But I really want there to be a mono output, but, like... Oh, wait. There it is. Mono output. That should fix it. Hey. All I had to do was dig. S-Buddy, is that fixed for the audio output? And everything, and Alien, I guess, as well. We'll fix it. It is a huge delay for some reason. I want my latency and everything else to be nice. Cool. So it is fixed. Nice. Everything good. Still a bit quiet. How is it even quiet? I mean, if I go, I mean, I could do this, but like, I don't know how much better it'll be if I just keep going louder and louder. I could just do that. We'll figure that out. Anyway. Yeah. Nah, we'll just go max there. Figure that out in the back end of it. I don't want to go. Oh, Bean. Okay, Bean. Hi, thanks for joining. Cool. So, that all being said, thank you for the audio stuff. I did need to know that 100%. I don't know why this does. Absolutely, it's ridiculous. I don't like how it does the stereo audio, and it's just like, yeah, but you only want the left channel. It's like, can we at least pretend it's mono audio? Put both in both things. No, it won't do that. Of course it won't. Why be easy? But anyway, yeah, this whole deck is just built around doing multiple card draws in a turn and then copying your own creatures, especially if you can do it with instant speed effects, because then you could save the time on other people's turns and getting all of those other creatures out. And yeah, one of my favorite spells that in my testing yesterday, I cast this. I got Homunculus Horde out, which anytime you get Homunculus Horde out in a deck that draws multiple cards on everybody's turns, you're obviously going to be the problem. But with this Homunculus Horde, really fun. I got the Elminster's Simulacrum. There it is. I got Elminster's Simulacrum. And I don't know if you know this, but I imagine you can guess, if you were to take two of the best creatures on everybody's board, that would mean that you get essentially what they want to do with their commander and what they want to do with the things that help their commander. And if you're casting this at instant speed, you're not even giving up like a full turn cycle for it. A lot of times it's reduced by a bit. And then essentially what makes this one hard to test, except for in person, is the fact that this copies other people's boards like this. And yesterday when I tested this, I took the game by storm. It was really funny because the Horde was there to block, and then I just was essentially doing the same game plan as every other board on the table. It was really funny. It's like, oh, those are your two best creatures? I'm taking them. It's really good, honestly. The best part is, too, like I was saying, you're giving this card away. So you are kind of group hugging this. It's super fun to do. Yeah, honestly. I really love this. There's a few things that I'm not so sure about. Chasm Skulker's one of them, but Chasm Skulker's pretty good in most cases. And Ornairophage, I don't know. But there's not that many like instant speed effects that'll keep me under $30. Otherwise, yeah, you just copy the things that will make you creatures or have triggers for when you draw cards, and it's gross. Oh, and also, Stormcatch Mentor is an otter. So it's the lesser known part of Alania, but it can be an otter, and if you really want it to, you can copy that otter, and it's the Electromancer effect, so all instants and sorceries will cost less if you do it, so you might as well do that, especially if you're gonna want to cast them on other people's turns. But yeah, I'm liking how this is turning out. Does anybody have any ideas of what you want to, what else we should be building? Or I guess I could just go to one of the ones that I'm yet to finish building. There was plenty of stuff. Oh yeah. I tried to build an Ink Trader deck. Garland Royal Kidnapper. Okay. Garland the Kidnapper. All right, let's see what this does. Whoop. Garland Royal Kidnapper enters. Target opponent becomes the monarch. Whenever an opponent becomes a monarch and controls target creature that pick. Whoa. Okay. So wait. So anytime that you get a creature $7? No, I can't. I can't ignore it. I have to include it. But that just makes it more fun. $7. Okay, yeah, but creatures you control but don't own get +2/+2 and can't be sacrificed. So you're swapping around the Monarch, and if people take Monarch, one of Assault Suit. So you give Garland. Wait. Yeah, so they take control of it, and then if the foil is cheaper, you put the suit on. Oh, if you take a creature, you give the suit to the creature you take, and then you throw it to somebody else. Then the Garland effect doesn't matter at all. Like, can't control target creature for as long as they're the Monarch. So yeah, essentially the Assault Suit will make it so that every single person will just take their creature. It's the communal creature. That's actually pretty good. But how would you even build that though? Creatures you control but don't own get 2/2 and can't be sacrificed. So it's an anthem for creatures you could take, and it's in the control colors, so you can obviously do that. But is it swapping Monarch? Is that the play? I mean, how would you even swap Monarch? I don't know. All right, so you're saying the foil is costing less, so it really is $1 less. We're using the foil. All right, so let's go ahead and island. Let's get the lands in and everything. It's a 4-mana commander, so it doesn't need necessarily a lot of ramp unless we get a very high curve at the end of it. But what would we even do with that? That doesn't even... Starscream could give someone to the Monarch, but yeah, it's not budget friendly. Starscream is definitely not budget friendly. But Starscream is really good, especially if you want to do Monarch shenanigans like that. But yeah. At that point, though, you kind of want to just give everybody the ability to like hit whoever they want. But they don't want to take Monarch, is the thing. They want you to take Monarch. Yeah, I guess that's right. You don't want to power them out early because you want a good creature to steal. I guess. Yeah, so you would mostly want to be getting out your other stuff, but what would you want in that case? Because you don't necessarily not want people to attack you. If you get Monarch, you do want to keep you want them to keep Monarch for the most part. Oh, that's not a cool land. It's a dual land. Cool. Let me just get these in here because these kind of sell themselves. Let's see. Nope. Here. Get rid of the things that say they just enter untapped. Yeah, so you really just don't want to be the Monarch. You want to make sure other people's creatures can get in. Maybe those goading effects, or like not necessarily goading effects, but the ones that are like you can't attack you or creatures you control. Put that on the creature that you take, and then that just kind of goes with it. But you could do that even if it wasn't your creature. Yeah, because even if they lose control of that, then and it goes back, then you. Any good cards that trigger on their second draw? Yeah, there's a few, but. I only know that because I was just doing that with the previous deck. But there's at least a few okay ones in blue. But nothing that would be like crazy. Because like you just don't want people to attack you. But you want to take the biggest bomb on the field. And obviously from what they say, you want... But you always want to be able to take the bomb... How do you give them? Flicker, I guess. Right? Because it doesn't matter if nobody's the Monarch. It just does that. Yeah, okay. Flicker. Got it. Cool. This is like the one deck that Jared Carthalion would actually be good in, and I think it's ridiculous that it's not even any of the colors that this deck is. It's literally the opposite colors. Jared's the one that's just like, yeah, you give somebody else Monarch, and you can't become Monarch until your next turn, or this turn. And then it's just like, okay, cool. When you're Monarch, prevent all damage. Instead, put that many counters. I've always wanted that to work. Anyway. Enters tapped. So only the things that enter tapped or have a condition that allows them to enter untapped, which would be this. That's $3. We'll look at the... When I got that, 15 cents. Oh yeah, River of Tears. I always cry when I play that land. No joke. Like, it sucks because it's just like, oh, I played a land. Oh, I needed the blue. Dang, that sucks to suck, I guess. What are even some good cards to add to this? Underground River, obviously. No, that's $1. We're really working on some budget here. That should be fine. Otherwise, we just get back into this. Mana Rocks. I guess we should just first. Oh, 7 lands. We would want 31 more, so that'd be 16 and 15. So we'll do 16 swamps, and then 15 islands. Cool. Now we're halfway there. $8 and let's go. Actually, let's do EDH Rex first. Now that we have lands, of course, it's just gonna give me ramp. Okay. Dumb me. I should have known. Oh, I didn't even think of Choked Estuary. Okay. Let's see. Thought Vessel. Not necessary. Felwar Stone. Felwar Stone went down a little bit. It was going up in price, and I was not a fan of that. Rogue's Passage. That would be a good tech. Mind Stone. So a lot of flicker happening in this. I don't know why you'd want propaganda, because you want somebody to take it from you if you end up with it. What? Okay, fealty to the realm. You control enchanted creature. Enchanted creature attacks each combat if able and can't attack you. Oh, the monarch just controls the enchanted creature. Okay, so you could just give it around to the table. That's nice. Bravery. Okay, so essentially in this deck, you're just taking the creatures as you come with them. Alright, it's giving an idea. It's giving an idea. Path of Ancestry probably is... Alright. Let's see. Ramp. I never really went through the utility lands, did I? Definitely that. Alright, alright. So let's just go back through. I'm kind of taking the moment of building the land base to process what might be a valid through path for this. I mean, honestly, yeah. Target creature with that it could be any other creature, so that'd be nice. Because if they attack, then imagine it's like I have to attack with it, and then he's just like, and it's unblockable. And then they go in, it's like I didn't want it to be unblockable. It's like, it's unfortunate. I'm still taking that creature of yours. It is not easy at all. It's a very tough nut to crack. Creatures your opponents control. Oh, that's kind of nice. Is this commander? It's a 3/4. That is unfortunate. Maybe odds are you're gonna have a big creature if you take it. So we'll just do that. What else do we want? Demolition Field, always good to have. We need to untap land. Not for one-time use. I'd still want it around. Put one counter. Well, let's see if it's Planeswalker. Feel the Ruin, because redundancy isn't that bad. What else? Okay. I believe Scavenger Grounds is yet to be seen. I'm going to be curious, yeah. So Scavenger Grounds would definitely be one of them. Oh, easy. We could just put Manamo, School at Water's Edge in there. For my budget deck. Mill? Nah, Mill wouldn't work. That wouldn't be too much of anything. What else even would? Is there any Monarch synergies that I'm not thinking of? I don't know. Is he an insect, rat, spider, or squirrel? No. It's not even budget anyway. I don't know why I would even consider it. I'm glad Terrain Generator got that reprint. I was really upset that it was getting above in price a lot like that. Also, it's funny when I talk about cards like that where I'm just like, oh, it's expensive, and then my friend group is just like, oh wow, how much did it go up to? How is this expensive? And they look at it, it's like $3, and to me that's expensive, and to them they're just like, it's not that expensive, not at all. That's easy to get. And it's like, okay, I know it's easy to get, but like to me, that's a big chunk of what I'm trying to do. That's fine. All right, we got that. Cool. Don't need 47 lands. Let's get rid of some. Yeah, that's about there. Cool. That'll be fine. And then we could do some ramping. Let's do OTAG Synergy Monarch. Well, apparently not. So let's do Scryfall then. What would be a Monarch Synergy card? A Garland. Duh. So then we'll go to the Tagger, and then Group Hug. Group Hug? Really? Is it? Monarch Matters. Of course they don't make it easy. Why would it be Synergy Monarch? It's Monarch Matters. Simple. Oh, I should have thought of it years ago. Sometimes the Tagger upsets me. I don't know if that's obvious. Tap enchanted creature, you become the Monarch. You become the Monarch. You become the Monarch. Okay. Starscream, how you doing? If you're the Monarch, each opponent loses one. I gain one. That doesn't matter. It's a $7 card still. I become the Monarch. The fact that the enchanted creature is just given to whomever becomes the Monarch is kind of funny. I do like that idea. For now, it'll go in. And then I could just steal Monarch. But like, really? Archivist of Gondor. The beginning of the Monarch's end step, that player draws a card. Yeah, the fealty to the realm is exactly what it is. Is it draw matters? That's the next one. Draw, pure draw things. Repeatable is not what I want. Card advantage. Theft. I think it's just draw that I'm looking for. Let's see. Oh, no, it's just there's no card named draw. Actually, synergy draw might work. Of course, it's not draw. It's probably draw matters. Watch that be the. If it's draw matters, I'm gonna. It's draw matters apparently, because draw matters. But it's not gonna be me who draws. So I want opponent's draw matters. Let's see. They're all when I draw. All of them. That's crazy. How about you don't own? Let's see. Specifically caring about things that you don't own. Oh, I guess, okay. It's going to give me everything that returns to owner's hand. Okay. Get rid of everything that says owner's hand. I do not care about that. Turn. Oh, sorry. My bad. I didn't realize. You're very specific, aren't you? Because owner's hands. He's owner's hand, but... Okay. When a creature goes roll with the own dies, controller loses 2, you gain 2. Whenever opponent discards a card, 2 mana only cast spells you don't own. Is this just straight up theft? Like, I don't know. Because it just feels like the through line is, I'm going to take the biggest thing on the board, and then you just kind of run a blue-black build that just kind of exists around it. Because, like, Monarch swapping doesn't have any great stuff. But is this just theft? How much theft can we do? How good is the theft? Oh, you could... It's a great deck if you really want to mess with people's lives. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, these are permanent ownership effects. Oof. Okay. So it's gonna be like, I guess the deck would just essentially be an Enchantress kind of thing. Because like you would, I mean, Blue Sun's Twilight would be one of those that you'd really want, but like, for each opponent, gain control of target permanent that player controls. Blatant Thievery. Yeah. Some of these, I mean, but everything's like $2. Which in a $7 commander is a little bit much. Enchanted creature, discard a card from your hand, get control of target creature till end of turn. But, like, that's not bad. Neither own nor control. Okay, conjure currency is kind of funny. Because everybody's just going to be swapping stuff. Alright, I kind of like that. So in this version of it, essentially you're just going to do things like confiscate. And then pay any amount of... Definitely putting that in there. Power 2 or less. That does not matter to me. Control magic, yeah. Just basic effects that just enchanted creature has infect. Now hold on. Alright. No, that might be okay. Cruel Claws Heist. Hand, exile. I may cast the card for as long as it remains exiled. Gift a card? Okay, yeah. Duh. And if any type can be spent to cast it. So you're going to do effects like this. Imagine he causes chaos in the game. That's a very weird effect, especially. Gin of Infinite Deceits. Non-legendary creatures. Yeah, I would just... You would gain a lot of hate if you played this deck. I'm not going to lie. Like, if I'm going to build it, it's going to be, I'm going to swap effects and I'm going to get value out of having not my creatures. And you would absolutely have a problem with them just coming back in and being like, oh, yeah, no, 100%. I didn't need my board anyway. Everybody's coming back at you to try and kill you. Now I see why propaganda was probably useful. Because people want you dead sooner than later. That makes a lot more sense. Not going to lie. I'm not putting Emrakul in there. Nobody wants Emrakul in there. Nobody wants this to begin with, but nobody especially wants Emrakul in there. Can't choose an untapped creature as a spell as you cast it. See, Entrancing Melody is a really funny one. I like things like that where you could just... Oh, Mr. Big! We're building a deck for Garland Royal Kidnapper, where the theme ends up being Monarch, not really, but like stealing other people's creatures, and hopefully stealing other people's creatures is enough to win. Which I guess in this case would get you more value as you go along, because like you can steal value from other things. But everybody's biggest fear in Commander in this case is like, they're gonna steal my Commander and I'm not getting it back. Garland can like take it with Garland's ability, But every other thing in this game is just like, or in this deck is going to be like, hey, I just own that now. Well, you own it. I will control it. I control the control the rate at which lobsters die. That is an old meme. But one creature card exiled this way could have taken to copy of it. It's an artifact, loses all their types. Well, that's essentially just expropriate. I own that copy, so that's not going to be good. Until end of turn. Yeah, but would I want it to be until end of turn? Sure, creature power is less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast exert influence. Oh yeah, I'm running that Wooburg deck. Face down creatures you control have. That's not going to happen. Where's Willbreaker? I need Willbreaker in here. Yeah. Maybe the... But yeah, if you have any suggestions, chat, anybody who's in there, if you have any through lines or even commanders, let me know. I'll give this one a good shot. But for now, I'm thinking that this one's going to be Theft the deck. Why is it every single time I build a Dimir deck, it's like, oh, if you play this, people are just going to wish you weren't there right now. Okay, so you take the card. Hostage taker might not be bad. It's legendary. Legendary. It is. I guess it is just a Dimir thing that it's just bad for people's health. It's awful. Hypnotic Siren. Man, if you weren't like 7 total mana. So everything in this deck is currently costing like 5 mana. It's a lot. It's a lot. Hey, there's 217 more theft effects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is a permanent one. So as harshly costed as it is, that's permanent. Paco, Halden. Wouldn't be able to do that. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. For the companion, I'm not feeling that. A 5/5 flyer that when it dies, do that knowledge pool. It's so tempting. We're putting knowledge pool in here. Come on, a knowledge pool play. Matt, just imagine you're sitting here with this deck and it's like, oh yeah, if I own your creature, I'm gonna get +2/+2. I can't sacrifice it, you know, it's fine. But then like all my effects that say gain control of that thing, and then everybody's like, no. I know you took my creature. I'm taking it back with my gain control effect because I'll make better use of it. And then they are like, no. I still want that. I'm going to take that back for me. And then I just see them keep putting all of their cards into the pile to be like, I'm just going to cast them. That'd be funny. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Something about that giggles. I was going to slap together Aveline de Grand Prix deck from my casual group. I think as much as I can to think sideways. Cheeky recommendations. Honestly, for recommendations on a deck like that, if you want to do a turn sideways deck, one of my favorite decks that I built for a turn sideways is my favorite child, Krenko Tin Street Kingpin. You don't have to build the budget version, and right now it kind of blasted above $1 because things like Black Blade just go up as long as Pen and Blade and Nettle Cysts and Jesus, a lot of these things. But Krenko, and I know everybody sees Krenko and they're just like, oh god, goblins. But you don't gotta think much. You put things onto Krenko and you turn things sideways and you just go. It's really good. But if we want Aveline specifically, how we feel. Because I need to figure out who Aveline is to begin with. So let's go to Scryfall. Okay, well, I want Scryfall, please. Oh, hi, there you are. I creature you control Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, put that many 1/1 counters on that creature. Oh, and it has Disguise, so you also get black in there. That's nice. That's nice. Remember that time when they said they'd stop doing that, but they did? Yeah. Where they're like, oh yeah, my Goshen tie of Life's Origin. Oh, 5 color, but it's only green. I say Evelyn though. He casts his card with ward face down. If you do that from the command zone, you're really just fucking with them. Sorry, I don't mean to swear, but you really are. Alright, so Aveline did Papadre. There we go. Oh, be a Nyx Lotus? Really? Yeah, Nick's really cool. I reached out to him a while ago, and we started talking together, and I really liked his stuff. And I was like, oh, wait, he subscribed to me. But yeah, nice to see you, PMAC Dance Dude. Nice to see you. I know that Nick is streaming right now, and I don't usually want to stream while Nick is streaming, but in all honesty, I'm not doing this much. So, yeah, nice to have you around. Oh, I'm required to tell which face down card is your commander. That is fun. Oh, I didn't even know that he was done. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Evelyn Dick. So essentially, you want a lot of creatures with Death Touch. Oh, that is true, because a face down creature that is your commander would still be, yeah. You want to know the biggest secret to how I build decks, which y'all should know too? Put Order CMC on it, and then you'll get the better versions of everything. Oh, Finn the Fang Barrow would be really good. Please. Side note, I hate how these look. Not the fact, I'm not going to make a comment on like the set or anything. I am telling you, I just despise the way that the card is designed. Because also, on top of that, yeah, no, I just, the naming convention and a lot of the things that I use to test these decks will be like, oh, but there's nothing named Vayne, Carudus, Solidor. And it's like, yeah, okay, I wanted Finn the Fangbear. Please put Finn the Fangbear in. Okay, yeah, but I guess if you're trying to put that down there as like the ward, then I guess it's fine. But the ability's better, especially if you're building around it. So you just there. But let's see. Back to this. Finland's definitely going in. Then we went Dragon Sniper. Yeah, Dragon Sniper's really good. Bam. Especially since it just stays together. How many counters is this put on for each one? That many. Whew. Yep. Honestly, Battlefly Swarm would be nice because that just goes in. Toxic 1. Power Stone's not necessarily going to be nice. Fang of Shigeki. Oh, I've seen a deck that really likes Fang of Shigeki. Draw a card, lose life. That's a good just for value in general. This creature for each permanent in your graveyard. Oh, that's really nice. It's not too much. Okay. Yeah, so we're just going to do some of these one-drop Death Touchers because obviously that's just going to get you through a lot of this. What have we got? I'm really thinking that we should also focus more on like the ones that get the multiples of the keywords. What else are you guys saying? Also, radio. Finn, how much? Oh, budget in general is going to be $30 or less total. So like if you have some recommendations that are above that, I'd just toss it into the considering and be like, yeah, it'll live there. But for the most part, it's just going to be $30 or less. Let's see. Oh, this is going to be crazy. Oh, I just thought of something. Because if you get counters on each of these things that are getting through, there's a ton of green things that'll give trample to things with counters, and trample and death touch will deal one and go over, which deals a lot of damage to the player. That, oh, fun tech. Fun tech. That's going to be gross. That's going to be really gross. Yeah, it makes it a lot harder, not going to lie. Also thinking some theft would be cool. Content for Aether Drift. Oh, for the, yeah. Dusk Shell is exactly what I was thinking of for the trample. Flashing. It's always nice to have a little bit of a combat trick in there. Ha ha ha. Kill your commander. 4 more delirium. Yeah, that works. Reach. Save the skies. Okay, nice. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, whenever you put one or more counters on a creature. Oh, you make snakes with that. That's... Yeah, but I don't know how often Hapatra is going to be getting in, so... Oh, yeah, that's already in there. I was like, wait, we want that. Whenever other elves... Is this a rogue? It is an assassin. That is unfortunate. Serpent Blade Assailant. What is Serpent Blade Assailant? I spelt Assailant right. That's good for me. I thought I was wrong. I thought I was very wrong. Yeah, that'd be really nice, because it gives the counter anyway, which will give something else Death Touch until end turn if it really doesn't have it. Yeah, once we get there in the 3 drops, I'll probably put it in. Keen Sense will help. You may draw a card. Yeah, that would help. It definitely would. There might be better ways to get that across the board since we're in green. We'll see how many like humans, non-humans, and other things we have. Snakeskin Veil cards like maybe Snakeskin Veil. We'll see. Because Snakeskin Veil just gives the creature one counter. Is that the one? Am I thinking of Viper Strike? Hold on. Oh, just protection. Yeah. Counter on the creature, protection. I was thinking of Viper Strike as well. Because... Or Cobra Strike. I don't know what I was thinking of. Fang? It's probably the Fang Strike. It's probably the last thing I'm going to think of. But the one that will give it a Death Touch counter and a Reach counter. And untap it. Those are nice too. Like Reach and Death Touch. And a counter you can put on it. Wow, it's on a spider for us. That's $1.33. Did not look at that price tag. That is my bad. Let's see. Yeah, Hunter's Insight. Who's the commander? For this one, we got Aveline de Grand Pré. This one, essentially, when a creature with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, put that many 1/1 counters on that creature. Poised Dart Frog. Like, isn't that... That's the frog with the gun. Now, I'm thinking of Psychosis Frog for some reason. Yeah, Poison Dart Frog for sure would go in. Now, where is that, though? Once we get there. Did I pass it up already? Hold up. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm just crazy. I just don't know how to alphabetize things. That's on me. Orin Viper. Maybe Orin Viper. We'll get there. Oh, there it is. Poison Dart Frog. How you doing? Yeah, I did pass it up. Skulk. Skulk ain't bad. Is there a way to get First Strike too? I'm just thinking too many keywords. Reach, Death Touch. Oh, is this the one that can search for? It can search for Command Tower, but it's also $4. Gonna leave that one out. Well, naturally. Maybe. We'll see. Because we got... Loses 1. Death Mist Raptor. Honestly, these things that kind of just tap are doing all right. Let's see. See, now we're into the 3 drops, and that's where things get kind of weird. Because how many of these creatures do I already have in here? 20. That's... Ooh. Hello. Well, we might be going through some turbulence here. We doing all right? Internet, please. No. Join me again. Ariham. See, some of these things I just go through and I absolutely miss. Like this. Because then you could sack another creature or artifact to draw a card, which is a really, really, really good effect. Cool. We're good. Lifelink. That's $11. I need to look at the price tag. Honestly, I could just be like, I'm already way far in. I'm too late to price it down between other things. But it's also nicer when you're looking through all these cards to just be like, yeah, I could have that, considering, and then just be done with it. But some of these cards I look at them, I'm like, I really kind of like that. Being able to keep exile 2 cards from grave, can't sack it and draw a card. You no. I need you to stick around. First strike, death touch. That's the thing I want to see, but I can't. No. Get alive. Take it 4 rad counters. Oof. Really mess up their day in the end, huh? Adventure of the Fallen. Let us see about that. If I miss any of these things, it is because yeah, it's because I just do nothing. Mobilize X number of creature cards in my graveyard. Ooh. That ain't bad. Yeah, that ain't bad at all. Especially for 2/4 base. Yeah, let me just duplicate this. And then we will just do that so I don't have to scroll back and find it. Haha, now we're thinking with portals. We got glowing one. Death Touch Adventures into the Dungeon. We should play the 4 back. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was really looking at that like it's gonna be awesome. I guess yeah, Venture into the Dungeon is gonna be very difficult with this deck because like difficult to play against in this deck because you will essentially have the one board nobody wants to swing into, and then when you add Trample into the mix, you're gonna have an easy time getting through and hitting people. Man, let's see. Kind of things. Huh. This one. Deals combat ship venture into the dungeon. Oh, yeah. Easily. Now I see it. Alright. Yeah, we'll take that back. Inspiring Call. Cheap enough. Yeah, we'll get to the draw and that stuff in a little bit. Death Touch Lifelink and Ramp. Easy. Okay. Flying Death Touch. Flying Death Touch. Ooh, I'm going to make all those Dragon players hate me. Death Touch applies 1. Flying Death Touch Lifelink. Nighthawk Scavenger. Absolutely amazing. Guys, Anthem. I wouldn't necessarily put an Anthem in here because everything's going to get bigger as you go along. I get the want, but I think it's going to be better to just kind of focus on that. Hornet's Nest, though. Hornet's Nest is dealt damage. So the problem with Hornet's Nest is that it's a 0/2. And yeah. So like I'd want it to be like something that can attack in and get it. It does make the tokens with flying and death touch, but like I don't know. I don't know. That is a lot of creatures with Death Touch and flying, though. There's a lot of creatures with Death Touch and flying. Ah, put it in. It's fine. It's fine. They get to pop it whenever they feel like it. I've seen a lot of Hornet's Nest get like kill spelled though, for no good reason other than people are just like, I don't want it. Corpse Check Menace, jeez. Yeah, I think Corpse Check Menace costs a bit though. It does not. We're putting Corpse Check Menace in there. Good to know. We learned today. Why would I sacrifice that? Oh yeah, Vampire Nighthawk, absolutely worth it. Blight Fang, Hooded Blight Fang. I missed that. Honestly, at this point, we could just like narrow in on all that. Nazgul, I could run 9 of them. Why don't we just do that? There it is. Hooded Blight Fang. Could you attach each? Oh, a creature. Okay. Thank you, chat, for keeping me honest. These are some really good includes. Whoa. I looked right past it. I had a bunch of text on it, and I said, nah, it's good. We're good. Sacrifice of the I don't know. Menace Death Touch. Instance source supposed to control Death Touch. That's pretty good. We got some of these things are crazy. All right, let's get to the 126 more. I'm not gonna put all 126 in. We're just getting there. Thorn of the Black Rose. I could have put more in there. Enters, you become the monarch. A 1/3 for 4. Yeah, I'll put it in. You know what? Might as well. Because the same thing goes for, like, venture into the dungeon. Wait. No, I'm thinking of take the initiative with the one that deals combat damage rather than venture. But that was still the fine thing. Yeah. We'll put that in. Because that one would also work. Carsey Rev. Well, I didn't spell that right. There's no you. No advanced search. I don't need you. I'm struggling, but it doesn't mean I need you. Carsey Revenant. Flying Death Touch Lifelink for 3. Card from graveyard. Flying Death Touch. Oh, this from your graveyard. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. That's really good. All right, so that's 28 creatures with Death Touch. Not sure if we need further input on this. Oh, Murek Nightblade might be good secret tech. No, because even the ones with the 1/1 counters, no, they can put it on themselves. No, but that's just that's two degrees from Kevin Bacon. You don't necessarily do that. But a flyer, somebody might not have flying. I know you're saying Spider-Man set. I'm also saying it's a Death Touch flyer. You might as well. Let's see. Poison Tip Archer. Huh. Do I? No. It's fine. It's fine. Hexproof. Dust Shell Crawler will go in for sure. But right now I'm just kind of perusing through all of the death touching things to see if there's any good number of them. Oh yeah, Vengeful Reaper. That would be good because of Foretell. Now, Questing Beast would be a really good must. Okay, why did I think it was like $10? What? Also, look at that text. All of it. Capable QS. Yeah. Yeah. And we're putting Questing Beast in for now. It'll be one of the big ask cards. but honestly, it's not that worse. Oh yeah, duh, acidic slime, because utility for that alone is good enough. Yeah, like I thought Questing Beast was at least going to be $10, but I guess it's got a reprint, and it's Oran Frostfang, obviously, yes, every attacking creature coming in. So that would be the thing that would be like, maybe Questing Beast is a big no-no. Because we can get Oran Frostfang in here if we really stretch the budget for it. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm going to find a way. I swear I will. Who up questing me, beast? Stop it, it's stupid. Stop. We got... that's about it. Okay, cool. So, now, with all that death touch out of the way, let's get stuff that say creatures and trample. Now, stop it. There we go. I guess we don't also need it to be creature. I'll just do that. Cool. So this will... This is the type of thing that I put in my considering, where I'm like, duh. Obviously, the moment you see that, you put it in considering. This will also be considering. Harvester of Souls is good. It's better in deck. Well, I guess, yeah, in this deck it is good because in this deck it's, yeah, it's really nice because Death Touch alone is nice, but also for the fact that when you get all that together, like, you're going to be killing a lot of creatures with your Death Touch. That's an instant. Garruk's Uprising. How big is the commander? It's a 3/3. So it's one hit away from becoming a 6/6. So yeah, Garruk's Uprising for sure. Other centaurs. I wish we had other centaurs in here to give everything trample and vigilance. Yeah. Let's see. Glorious Sunrise. Very underrated card. I really like Glorious Sunrise. I also don't like how it's 5 mana, and then for some reason everybody sees it, and they're just like, yeah, I'm going to get rid of it, because I have enchantment removal, and you're the only one that has an enchantment right now. Makes me sad. Every time. That one is big. What the heck? Where's Duskshell Crawler? What are we doing wrong to not see Duskshell Crawler? Each creature. Goodness gracious. There. Now we see everything. Incursion Split Death Touch. Honestly, that's pretty nice. There we go. Now we're seeing everything that we can. Because now we're getting all the... Can't be countered, that's fine. Now we're getting all the protection spells in here too. So we'll just move through those protection spells. And then we'll get to where we need to go on this. I wish Kodama was not just like $15. Pride Malkin, how you feeling? Tuskguard Captain, also really good. Oh, I was going to say, how does this Colossal Dactyl make its way into the search? But creatures, each, and other also allow for the word reach to pick up on that. So I see it. It's stupid, but I see it. Dragon Throne, obviously we don't want that one. Archpriest of Shadows, huh? Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. I like that. 30 creatures. Got it. All right. Gore Claw. Let's see. Let's see what our no. I'm pretty sure we're not going to need Gore Claw in here. But Gore Claw is good. Easy. Easy trample granter. Look at that. Oh, and to green to get whatever for free? Perfect. We'll just do that, I guess. And then no other elementals. That's not going to work. What else we got? What else? What are there for trample granters? I think this is kind of covering most of them. Brawn would be good to use, but like I don't like those ones that have to end up in the grave necessarily. Because like that's just an annoying thing where sometimes you just sandbag your first turn, no land drop, and just Surak. Gurk's Uprising's already in there. Let me think of Surak though. This one? No, that's target creature against haste. Oh, not that one. Not that one. Yeah, this one is just $7 and no, ain't doing that one. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting into a realm of like now it's just gonna be like, oh, everything has trample. Have fun with that. Like this. Everything gets +2/+2 in trample with Lieutenant. That's good. I wouldn't want to attack without my commander anyway, so that's nice. Cascade. Imagine paying 7 mana to cascade into a 1-drop. That's the real life right there. Yeah. And then Ward 2 for that. Nah, I think we're good. Alright. So, we're sitting at almost 40 creatures. Jesus. Is this deck just going to be 40 creatures with Death Touch and Trample? That's going to be pretty good. Alright, let's get some lands in here. So, Forest. Thanks. Forest Bear, welcome in. Just kidding, I don't want Forest Bear in here. And then we'll get Swamp. And then we'll do a land. Alright, and then let's do the normal. Get rid of everything that says it enters tapped, period, because then it'll say unless you do this, and those are still good. It's called Profit. Yeah. Llanowar Wastes. We'll Toilet Mire here. That's not good. Swamp Forest. I know what the card does. Tormor Vernal Fen. Really? I didn't think that would be that much. Is there not one of the check lands? Oh, no, there probably is. I probably just missed it by this. Let's do that. Don't want to necessarily do one of those. There it is. Necroblossom Snarl. Snarf, snarf, snarf. Temple of Milady. You have to. It's an unspoken code amongst all Magic players. You have to. Alright. So now we get into this. We got swamp. And then we'll utility lands. Giving a very small creature unblockable is actually really useful in this deck. Because most of our Death Touchers will start as very small, and then you can give them trample with the moment counter on them. once you do that once. So yeah, I can see that land becoming very nice. Blighted Woodland's always good to have. Otherwise, it's just a colorless land. Doesn't do much. Fighting in this deck is kind of crazy. That's just removal. Oh, there's a removal. Easy. Fighting. That's how we do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we figured it out. The easiest to include. Fight. Target attacking creature. No, that's fine. Mill 2 cards. Most of these you don't really need. Unless you really, really, really want it. I wish that I could run this. It's so good. Because it can't tap for mana on its own, I'm not going to put that in there. So this is good to just have. Hunter's Bow. There's the battlefield, touch a dark creature. Yeah, that's good. We'll put that in there. What's the cave? You're not talking Urza's cave, are you? Well, we'll figure it out. Urza's cave is a bit. I wish that deserts were just more synergistic with less of what they have. Secret Tunnel. Yes. But Secret Tunnel's getting up there in price, isn't it? Unless I'm thinking of something else. Oh, yeah, Escape Tunnel. The one that was up here. Because that's why I was like, I would put it in if it wasn't for the fact that it doesn't tap itself for mana. So it's either A, you send it out and you get your basic or whatever you want, or you can one-time use, do whatever. Because this doesn't count as a land in that case. It just counts as, like, fixing, you know? Lure. That would be fun. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna be on that one. I'm gonna be on the lure train. Let's get lure in there. Let's see. Myriad Landscape. 2-color deck? I don't care for it. Monocolor deck, absolutely worth it. Scavenger Grounds, no need. Oh yeah, this is the one that I used specifically for the Minwu video. I used that background. I made it come to life. I like how you said, can we get a lure in it? And then I'm like, can we get a lure in chat? Let's get lure going on in chat. Don't. You don't need to. Thespian Stage. I always consider Thespian Stage as like, maybe. There's no need. Oh, just put a kind of Urza's Cave. And target Elf. Yeah, no, this is the Writ of Return. Return target creature tap from graveyard to the from graveyard to the battlefield tap. Cipher. Cipher specifically is really interesting. I'll genuinely put that in the considering because it's not that bad. It's just the 5 mana nature of it, and it's on a single creature that it might be a little bit much. But like, can we get specifically Allurin, chat? You could run Witch's Clinic. Witch's Clinic is a bit more expensive. It's like $7. So I would run Witch's Clinic in many cases, but it's like $7. Is Allurin even? Jeez, no. $30. Yeah, so we're good here. Might as well get out of that one. All right, so now we still need the card draw, so let's do a repeatable draw first. And then CMC on this one. I'm probably gonna get that. This song is so much. Oh, stocking the pantry. Absolutely. That's going to be great. Lively Dirge. Why Lively Dirge? What does that do again? Read the bones. Best joins up would be good. Let's switch other for card. Put into your graveyard, then shuffle. Turn up to 2 creature cards. Yeah. I think I put that in the, what was it? Lizard deck. I forget the name. But yeah, it was good. Vraska joins up. Let's check that out. That's not how you spell joins. As I typed it, my body was like, what are you doing? Alright. Oh, turbulence time. Joins up. Death touch counter on each creature you control. Yeah, okay. I like that. I like that a lot. The kit, but that's not in my deck for it. Maybe not. Read the bones. I saw that one earlier because those types of effects are nice, especially if you just want to kind of get through the deck. But for the most part, those like pay 2, get 2, lose 2, they're good in lieu of repeatable things of already doing what you want to do. So as an example, stocking the pantry, those types of effects I'd like to do, because with stocking the pantry, in this case, if you hit, you can then essentially for every counter, or sorry, for each time you put counters on something, you can have a clue on stocking the pantry, which I find nicer. But then, yeah, if I go through and it's not enough, then absolutely I'm going back through and just adding all those like pay 2, get 2. Yeah, there's a ton of creatures. What's Cleopatra do though? It's only $1. Beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each up to 2 of the target legendaries. Whenever a legendary counter dies, draw a card. Well, there's not a lot of legendaries in this. It's mostly just going to be there. But honestly, not a bad idea in the end. Just not the fit here. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, why is that $42? Let's see. Ring Bearer. Is Ring Bearer good? No. Don't think Ring Bearer is good. Counters put on a creature you control, draw a card once each turn. Okay, if you didn't say once each turn, I was totally down for that. Okay, Hunter's Talent, absolutely. I'm pretty sure somebody said that in chat. Absolutely, Hunter's Talent deserves to go. It's just like, hey, kill it. Moving on. That's it. Yeah, we're putting that in. Non-token creatures control die. I don't need to investigate necessarily. There's a lot. There's a lot of random stuff that come through. This is the fun part, and also the not fun part of building budget, is that you got to look through a lot of cards, a lot of the time, and then you see a really fun card, and you're like, oh yeah, it's perfect for this, and then it's like $7, and you're like, okay, fine. Considering up to Beanstalk. Oh, show you where to go up. Mana value 5 or greater. That's crazy. Oh, this card Vraska joins up is pretty good. Come on, somebody should have recommended that. Okame, Adversary, and Cheville, Bane of Monsters could be good repeatable. That is not how I spelled it. Oh, but that is how... There is an A there. Cool. Whenever this deals combat damage to player, draw a card. So specifically this one does that. But it's a 2-drop, 2/3 death touch. Odds are somebody's going to control a green permanent at some point in the game. Not going to lie. Probably a good option. Cheville Bane of Monsters. Let me check on that one. Well, no E. I'm good at this spelling game. Oh, he was just there. Where did I look past? It's fine. At the beginning of your upkeep, if your opponent controls no permanents with bounty counters on them, put a bounty counter on target creature planeswalker. When a permanent opponent controls with a bounty counter, it dies. You gain 3 and draw a card. That's good. Yes, because it is not like that one that says each opponent. It's just you. That's good. I like that. Gix. Whenever a creature does combat damage to one of your opponents, controller may pay a life if they do draw a card. Oh yeah, because then you get everybody to attack each other. That's actually pretty good. Not gonna lie, really good. All right. Well rested, stupid. I'm not gonna have the creature with the greatest toughness. 2/2 black zombie waste. I really do wish that waste not was like budget ever, because it's such a neat card and I wish to build around it, but like I don't know. It's one of those like secret commander cards that I really wish I could build around, but not in a budget format. That would be more of a personal deck, and it still wouldn't be good. Tiny Bones joins up. Let's see. Each discard a card whenever a legendary creature enters. I mean, if I really want to hurt people in the fields, I could do that, but like, just making the mill isn't exactly creating friends in this game. Maybe not Tiny Bones, because most of the Tiny Bones is just already a price tag attached to it, just for the fact that it's the little skeleton. Wow. Shield counter on target attacking creature. That's not bad, but that's $1 something. Alright. Quick Uprising. Don't control. Oh, is there going to be what I control? Fecundity. Man. Interesting stuff we got going on here. Glade Muse. It's not their turn. No. Non-token creature dies. It'll probably happen. I'm kind of hoping that I can get to first strike him at some point. Whenever creature the opponent controls the greatest power among creatures that player controls dies, draw a card, put a counter on Craven. No. You'd be good on your own deck. I did get a recommendation from Craven, and I was very curious as to how I could build that, but Totsuki is probably not going to fit, because nope, that is not what I want. There it is. But specifically because we have the Oran Frostfang in there already, but I think this might actually be better than Oran Frostfang. Because Oran Frostfang does grant that. Let's see how far we get with this and see if I even need to check on price after this, because a lot of that is just draw a card for 3 more creatures. Let's see. We're in the 3-drop range. Rites of Flourishing. Rites of Flourishing is pretty good. I've had people absolutely steamroll me for playing a Rites of Flourishing because they had much better use out of the additional cards and lands they played. I like the art on this one, actually. I really like Edge of Eternities as a set. But yeah. A lot of these green ones just care about there being the greatest power. Every card I play is a beast. What are you talking about? Speaking of Beast Whisperer, though, absolutely wish Beast Whisperer was not like $3 essentially at all times. They need more of them. There's not a lot more. Because once we get further down here, then we get into like crazy territory. Guardian Project. Not a lot of humans, I imagine. Culling Ritual. I mean, yeah, it's a board wipe, but I'm very weird about Culling Ritual, especially with it being at 88 cents. I'll leave it in for now, but if it ends up getting down to the wire, it's probably going to be one of the first few that I cut, because, like, for the most part, Culling Ritual is... because I'd rather get one that, like, destroys all creatures, planeswalkers, all that stuff. More impactful, but a little bit more mana, because that's going to get rid of all the tokens, yeah, but... yeah, I don't know. Dies, no. It's a weird morbid trigger, but okay. At this point, Deadly Allure. Creature gets that suitor must be blocked this turn. Fable with flashback. Yeah, I might actually put that in for now. Well, that doesn't say each creature. That is just that creature must be blocked. Because lure is specifically each creature, right? Yeah, all creatures. So essentially lure is like everything comes to this thing and it's got to go. Deadly Allure just means this specifically does have to be blocked. So maybe not Deadly Allure. But I like where your noggin's at. A lot of these are just whenever creatures die. Yeah. Lure essentially says you have one unblocked board attack, which is why it's super nice, because it'll get everything to get that counter train started. Tempting Licid. This creature loses his ability. Old magic is stupid. Essentially, it's just like, hey, this can become an aura that goes onto this thing, and then you could just pay green to end it. Which then just means when it's already, everything's considered blocking it before moving to final damage, you just pull it off. That's really good, actually, because then you could just have the sacrificial lamb that gets blocked by everything, and everything else gets through. That, I'm liking that. Yeah, we're putting this on there. Because it doesn't prevent you from doing that at that point, does it? No, it doesn't. Hooray. Wait till everything's blocked and then just put it in. Good pick. Good pick. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see. What else we got? Beginning end step. Why is everything at the end step just morbid? It's like, oh, did something die? I smell the blood. Speaking of smelling the blood, this art is crazy. Like, I find this art just kind of nuts. For such a not that great card, I really do like this art. Anyway, Awkward Assassin. Oh, yeah. Oh, because it has Death Touch too. Easy, yeah. An equipment that does lure effect. There might be an equipment that does lure. I mean, at this point, this might be our sub theme. We might as well see. What else has lure? Let's do it by CMC. Because the funnier thing too with this type of like thought project we're going into, if we put this lure effect on like the creature that has a large power or toughness or whatever, we can spread a lot of damage and kill a lot of creatures. Oh yeah, Nemesis Mask. Yep, there. Hey, I in fact know right now that there is in fact an equipment that does that. Best combo in Magic for sure. So the thing is, with Noble Quarry, Bestow, just making sure. Let me check. Let's see if it's down here. If it becomes unattached, rather the effect making the Orianda loses the enchanted creature and remains on the battlefield. Unlike where spells or spells, Bestow isn't countered if its legal target is live, but just making it. Okay, cool. Creature. Unless stack spell Bestow is the creature spell aura. So if the creature dies, does it like still go to the grave, or does it unattach and become a creature? I don't know. I'll let chat catch up on that one because there's a little bit of a delay. But I'll just look at these while we wait. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, then that's going in. These end runners. While we're here. That's... What? You know what? I'm just doing a... At this point. End raise 4 runners. Is that what we're thinking? It might be. Vigilance is nice. I don't know necessarily as a finisher. It is a good card, don't get me wrong, and especially in this type of thing. It's just that like you spend a lot in the, but I think it's vigilance though, which means it's not really a crackback at that. I'll put it in. I'll put it in as like a one of kind of thing because we are putting a bit in there. There is going to absolutely be a lot of creature removal at some point. All right, so let's see. That's a specific thing. I can make it target creature. Oaken's indestructible. Oh, I love that. Okay, yeah. And I will probably have a creature power 4 greater. Mortipede. Dumb name. Yeah, I think that'll be enough for the lure effects. We still need some fight effects in here. All right, let's go back to this thing real quick because we have 72 cards in and only 16 lands. So let's get, we have 16 lands. I want essentially 22 more, so 11 of each. So add more. 11. Add more. 11. Cool. Oh, I still have cards to add. I haven't even done ramp, really, have I? Do I need it? Let's check this. I don't know. It kind of might not need much. If I'm going to be real honest with you. Inspiring Call. Oh, yeah. That's right. We needed an Inspiring Call in here. For sure. God, that art is dumb. It's giggles. What was it? Alcrin Assassin. We had Alcrin Assassin, didn't we? We did not. No, we did. What? Oh, you said imagine swing with that. Yeah, duh. I thought you said I imagine adding that. And I was like, okay, yeah, I will for sure. But like, yeah, no, that's actually really good. There are too many creatures in here. All right, now we need fight effects. Actually, let's do bite first. And then we will do fight after. Or redder. Where's CMC? Excuse me, I'd like to order some CMC. Ooh. Snakeskin. That's right. We did say snakeskin. That would for sure help out, especially with commander stuff. There. So now we get these bite effects in here. Target creature. So this is just one creature. Target creature. I do not control an Eldrazi, but that is still just 1 mana. Still, I don't want to tap them. Flying wouldn't be bad, but still. Or battle. No, not even worth it. Alright. Your eyes. We got there. What's chat saying? Get the Viper. I think the other one is Gift the Viper. Oh yeah, Terra Sunder also is really good. Especially in this deck. Yeah, Terra Sunder. Didn't we put Hunter's Bow in there? I swear we did. That gives trample. What? Okay, thank you. Oh, yeah, ram through. Really nice, actually. Because if it has trample, which in this case it will, it'll go through and still hit. Gift of Viper. Anyway. Yeah, this is the one I was definitely thinking of. Death Touch counter on target creature. Untap it. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to fit in this one. But it was one of those where I was like, maybe it would, maybe it won't. But let's see. Refresh this. That's more like it. Okay, hold up. Dang. Yo, Nick is here. Oh, how you doing? Oh, stop. All right. We got. You could catch someone off guard. I'm not gonna lie. That is a good point. However, I'm also hurting for getting rid of these creatures. All right, let's group by mana value, and we will see how many of these things we got. Spoilers. Get the draw card, lose 1. It's good just to get through. Basic Death Touch. We got 1, 2, 3 ramp. I guess our ramp is just gonna be tiny creatures, huh? But we don't really need too much ramp. Yeah, it gets bigger as long as it goes along. We get this for it gets bigger as long as it goes along. That's fine. That's a manual Death Touch grant, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Everything's a 1, 1 for whatever color. That's nice. We got all this. I beat my spy a week ago. He's still in the thunder, Nick. By the way, 100%. I didn't like. I messaged you this, but thanks for the shout out on that video. That was really nice of you. You didn't have to do that, and I really appreciate it. We got the end raise, 2/2 and trample, end raise, harvester. I'm gonna assume that we have like got so much to cut on this. I'm gonna get rid of Culling Ritual for now, and then Dragon Throne can go. We will Oh, tech circ. You beat I Spy. I wasn't really sure what you meant, but yeah, Geometry Dash. I get it now. I 100 get. I took me a second to realize who you were. Helana Kessig Ranger. All right, let's see. There's a Battlefield Control might pay 2. Since they're really cheap, that's really good. I like that. Yeah, we're putting that in. Now we got to refresh to see all that stuff. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Filthy. I was looking at it and I was just like, more chat were coming in and I was like, I'll get to it. And then I totally neglected to look back at that. Here we go. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by, Filthy Casual. This. What should be cut though? Because we have a lot of trample. Let's start making some tags, because this is one of those things where it's like, we'll get there. So let's do just a tag for Death Touch, and then we'll make more. Capital D, because I'll go crazy if it's lowercase. Cool. We'll disable global tags, and we will, yeah, just disable global tags. All right, untagged artifacts. This will be specifically ping or fight, right? No, bite, whatever. Change tags. Fight/bite. Cool. Here we go. Change tags. This one is the lore effects. Cool. So Death Touch, Fight, Bite, Lore. You're a commander, so you get your own little fun thing. All right, so we'll just do Death Touch. Death Touch. There's gonna be a lot of me putting these in Death Touch. This one's gonna take a minute. I feel like I know where we can cut some things. Could it be the Death Touch pile? Maybe. Let's see. It's like 500 things with Death Touch. This is still technically Death Touch, so I'm gonna put it in there. Trample Granter. Well, Manly Muppet, sometimes presents get character when they're wrapped awfully. I don't know. P-Mac, I mean, honestly, maybe we need 56 creatures in the deck. Maybe it's just one of those decks. You never know. Jesus. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot of these smaller Death Touchers that don't really do much. This is just ramp. Yeah, well, yeah, it's not even a Death Toucher. Yeah. That was easy. Yeah, but that also gets value. Death Touch and value. Death Touch value ramp. It's card draw. So we'll. Cool. I'm glad you're chuckling a little bit. Doing something right. Yeah. And mill. Death Touch. Jesus, there's so much Death Touch in this. Yeah, might as well. Honestly, the fact that it's flying and Death Touch is honestly a really good combo. Flying Death Touch. Wow. Did I just put that in card draw? No, I did not. Get back here. Where's my card draw? You three, all of you. I have been going card draw. Dang it. I'm lost. I lost track. Where am I? Moonstone. No. Wait, what? Leyline Prowler, Hornet Nest. I did not do Hooded Blightfang. Okay. Thank God I just mindlessly started putting every single Death Touch creature into card draw. Otherwise, it would have been a show. Let's see. We will remove this tag. Remove this tag. Hello. Remove this tag. Remove this tag. Awesome. We'll just make sure. Then we'll make sure. Then we'll remove that tag. Bam. Bam. Cool. All right. Back to the grind. Only 23 to go. Whew. All right. This is a lure effect. It's a Death Touch effect and lure. See, this one requires that you do both because it's like, yeah, you're getting both effects out of it. Trample Granter, hello, how you feeling? Death Touch, Lifelink, Flying. Yeah, just Death Touch. Lure for the fun of it. Alright, if you got a challenge, we'll do that. And then we can figure out the rest. Trample. What's the challenge one that you got? Death Touch. Yeah. This is more of a win more, actually. Let's just say it'll be in the finisher category for now, because I would say that's a good place to call that. Because once you get that stuff out, your shenanigans are just going to dogpile into one another. Anyway, then we got more Death Touch. Ooh, back to the grind. Fight, bite. The Mai and Zuko Ally Artifact Commander. Okay, I'll check it out when we're done with this. It's the point of the stream. Wait, I should probably draw a card. Oh, yes, Death Touch and people draw. Where are you? Where are you? Please. Repeatable card draw. There we go. And then Trample. Monarch. Death Touch. And repeatable draw. But ba-da-ba-da-ba. Draw. Flying Death Touch Haste. That's just Death Touch. Death Touch and removal, but we know that. We'll be fine knowing that in our heart of hearts. Return the target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. Just Death Touch. This is Death Touch and draw. Cool. And then this would be draw. This would be fight, bite, and trample. Yeah. Honestly, Hunter's Talent is really good. I really appreciate something like Hunter's Talent. Especially in a deck like this. Vraska, Death Touch, card draw. It's mostly card draw. Grixis Uprising, card draw and trample. It's probably just going to mostly be trample. And then Harvester Souls, definitely just card draw. Lore by the name. And Glorious Sunrise, repeatable card draw, trample, and yeah, that should be really it. So card draw and trample. Trample. There you are. All right, and then we have Untagged Instance. This would be protection. honestly. Okay. Here we go. And then this is Fight Bite. Fight Bite. And Protection. Cool. So we only have 2 protection spells. That might need to change. 7 Trample Granters, I can say, is a healthy amount of Trample Granters, so I'm fine with that. 5 Lures is a nice little sub-theme. 3 Finishers is good. I'm very much considering taking out Corpse Check. 5 Fight Bite, that's our target removal. One of them is repeatable, so actually 2 of them are repeatable, which is nice. Okay. And then we have all of these tramp or just Death Touch and stuff. So this is essentially just flying Death Touch, so I'll get rid of that. Monarch is nice. Is it nice enough to do that? Yeah, the whole point is hitting people. Flying Death Touch Lifelink, Flying Death Touch Lifelink, but 70 cents. We'll take that out. 23. Deals combat damage. Yeah, we're gonna do that. This is another lure effect, which is just for the fun of it. And then Nighthawk Scavenger, Flying Death Touch Lifelink, but with other stuff, so it's nice. Flying Death Touch. Lose life during a turn. Bats you control gain all that. Thanks, but no thanks. Flying Death Touch, perfectly fine. I don't know. At this point, we are desperate to get rid of things. So then I'm working my way from high CMC to low CMC in order to just get rid of everything that's going to cost too much. I'd rather play out and then get the card draw that like Oran Frostfang or other things of the sort can get, like Toadski. Maybe a lot of these 1-drop, just 1/1 Death Touchers can also go. You have a thing you can do. 2, 3. No. Where's the Fang of Shigeki? Did I already get rid of that? No, it should be fine. What do we got? 33 Death Touchers? That's still a lot. Alright, any of the vanilla ones. Get out of here. Reach is good. Poison Dart Frog gains Death Touch. It's also ramp. Gotta have the frog with the gun. What can I say? You're not really Death Touch, but you do get me ramp in a way. Wait, you're draw, aren't you? That's right. Bam. Flash Death Touch. That's going to be a lot more worth it. And then we'll get rid of you. Yeah. Might as well. Alright. What else? 11 card draw effects. That'll be fine. We really have no ramp, do we? Other than the creature ramp. But, like, no land ramp. It's kind of crazy, huh? I guess if the card draw is good enough that we could probably just get land for turn, but that's really that's really going hard on the card draw. That can draw. This will get another counter, so it's a 1/2 at base. 2/1 Flash Death Touch. Is that worth it? I don't know. Probably not. Get rid of that. And then target creature gains Death Touch. I'll have you know, there are 28 others that can do that. I don't need to target a creature. Reach Death Touch. It's good. People don't want to tack into a Reacher, but I have a ton of Flying Death Touch. So I'll get rid of you. Alright. So then now we need to organize by price, because now we're at the time where price is going to matter. So that's $4.45. That's the bulk of it right there. 93 cents with this feller. Okay, Arc Priest. I like it, but like I'm gonna have to get rid of it. And I don't want you if you're not gonna be inexpensive. That's a $6 card. Hey, we found where that's going. Wish I saw that was a $6 card sooner. Price wouldn't be an issue. Anyway, we have 4 slots open now. So let's get protection. Cool. That's pretty good. If I was asceticism, so I was already at budget with a $6 card. Is a $5 card worth kind of throwing in spot? I don't know. Maybe. We'll figure that out. No. All right. Oh, blinding fog is perfectly fine because then it'll trample over with the players, still hit the players, and then creatures I control don't die. Yeah, perfect. One-sided board wipes. Value town. Creature going on hexproof. Ring tempts you. Okay, no. Totem armor. Archetype of courage. Courage. What is archetype of courage? You talking with finality? I think Architect Courage is the smoke bomb would be flavorful now, wouldn't it? I might with smoke bomb. Hold up. Maybe. Once I get to smoke bomb, we'll see how we're feeling about that. Archetype of endurance, because the hexproof, yeah. Maybe it's a big maybe on the hexproof, because like hexproof, it's about whether or not I need to spend it on a 6-drop slot, whether that is going to be a good spot for it. I would probably rather just have something else here. I'm more concerned about being able to like I don't know. See, this would be the one that I put in considering, though. Well, yeah, I know what you mean by like specifically for the hexproof. Oh, there's something I didn't notice about this. It's not 6-drop, by the way. I was wrong. It's an 8-drop. Jesus, that's a land for turn. That's like turn 12. But this includes this. This has hexproof as well. Yeah, but I won't have a lot of ramp, though. What else is there? Generate target creature. Hunter's Bow is fun. Wish there was more effects like Inspire and Call. That was a good call. Wait, what about First Strike? Let's do First and Double Strike. You know, you might as well just explore your options. I should close that bracket before I search. That's my bad. Alex Walker. Gotta love him. Is there a good version of this? I mean, Fire Shrieker, but nobody wants to block the thing that has First Strike and Fire Shrieker, would they? Would you block Fire Shrieker? If you got a double striking Death Touch creature that's going to get that many counters, maybe Fire Shrieker does go in. Now that I think about it. I think I might just put that in. Sereth. Oh yeah, I totally forgot the first line. And then you could just pay one to just protect. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that is. Is the Matrix a power? Would that be just a stupid thing to include? Well, the thing is that with these equipment still, if they had a lower equip cost than like a lot of these do, they'd still be good because giving a power boost will at least give more counters on it when it hits. So like power matrix, because if in all honesty, first strike just means you're not blocking that one creature probably, but during your turn, God, maybe. No, I think that's for one. That's good. That's really good. All right, let's see what that brings us to. 100. All right, let's see how this runs. We're at a point now where we could just do that. All right, so that was no, that's not a good hand. It's also not a good hand. That's all lands. Thanks, deck. All right, so I take this, and then we would put this to bottom. On tap, I'll give you draw. Cool. Tap. So Vraska joins up is good for later. This is good for just getting card draw. Next turn, trample. Okay, so this is a deck that's just going to kind of sandbag for a minute. That works. So then we get Tainted Wood. Let's see, it was Human Assassin, Spider. Do they have the same creature type? Deadly Recluse. So nobody's going to attack us for that turn. This would be better for this. I guess, no, we'd want to get the commander out. Yeah, I'd say. And then swinging this at somebody that wouldn't want to. But commander lets us scry anyway, so we can put that to the bottom. We can have fun for that. So then, next turn, a bite. Yeah, let's assume. So we put a counter on it. Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. Forest. This is stupid. Yeah, okay. Then this comes in with trample. Each creature that's attacking one of your opponents is trample, so really mess up their days. Attack this at somebody who has big creatures that they don't want to die, and then Death Touch Trample combination, they would deal at least one each, or at least that. Yeah, so essentially that would just kind of double. But then what would you get next turn? Huh. Okay, more Trample Granters, and then it's an Alpha Warrior. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's assume they don't have a green permanent. But whenever it hits, it does that, and then we'll just fuck up somebody's day. All right. Cool. So with this one, at this point, what I'm noticing is that like probably needs more card draw. Oh hi, yeah. What is this? Cool. My phone just started playing the stream. That's weird. Uh, the FBI's hacked into the mainframe. All right, so we're gonna maybe not. Maybe that was just a bad. Maybe that was a bad run. Why is there no lands? Why is there only lands? Okay, yeah, that would easily get some more card draw. Yeah, the lure effect would be fun. Double strike. I don't know. Maybe there would be rapid vigor. Yeah. For some reason, my phone just started playing the stream again, and it was just like, okay. I didn't realize by hearing that I have a pretty low latency, but yeah, I think this is at a good spot for like right now. Who was the one that recommended that I do this? You know who you are. Was it PMAC? Or was it somebody else? Oh, Chipper? Yeah, okay. Awesome. Yeah, if I make a video about it, I'll give you a shout out. This is a really interesting build. I like where it went. And then the other challenge was the Mayan Zuko. Because we had this. I think I might have to, for this one specifically, yes, buddy, I might have to take a lot more thought as to how this one's going to go. Because it's, it's interesting, but it's a bit. It's a bit. So I'm going to need that. And yeah, it's no problem. I am wanting to, because I was talking with, or at least I asked Nick, and I was like, what's the best thing to do? And I was like, I think it's better to like, uh, better to like find ways to interact with the audience. And I'm like, well, everybody recommends me decks, so I was like, I might as well just make decks that they ask, and then like give them shout outs. It'd be at least a cool thing to do for people. So yeah, no problem at all. And yeah, I wish there was a satisfying answer as to how that would work, but I don't think that there is a very satisfying answer. Lucius the Eternal. I have not heard of that, but I'll put it here for. This one. I did have. Oh, I have a Warhammer that I really like. Let me check this out though. Dies exile at 2 target creatures and controls, and it leaves the battlefield. Return this to the exile. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so just send them in. Have the fun. Okay, I'm not sure if that would. I'm not sure what, but there could be something with that. But which is the my? Oh yeah. Okay, so you can play the cards, sack a creature, destroy a creature, bring him right back. Yeah, because it's an additional cost to cast it. You sacrifice it, which is done before it goes onto the stack, which then, when put onto the stack, has to declare valid target, which this ability would have already. Yep, that is. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. If that's how that works, which I'm assuming it is, that's pretty good. I'll leave that there. And then my and Zuko. How many did I? 25. I'll just go through it. So my just my and Zuko. Okay, I was wondering if that's what it was. Ally spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. So you get a Bolas color scheme. Firebending 3 flashy artifacts and allies. How would this work? So it's $5. Oh, okay. Let's try this. Wait, I already have a deck called the True Power Couple. I don't know. I find it funny. Cool. Keep track of that one. Mai and Zuko. So, allies and artifacts. So let's first see what the allies are, because ever since this, it's been a little bit different. Outreach Gamer. All right, let me get that there. Cool. And then let's get to this. What kind of allies? Any allies that can, their creature can't be blocked. That's a lot of mana for it. Well, I guess Firebending's on attack. That takes care of 3 of that, so it's 1 in a blue to make it unblockable. That's not that bad. Do that. Firebending 1, tap on untapped ally, exile target card from a graveyard. When it attacks, may cast allies plus 1 cards you own. Oh, okay. Interesting. Drawn a liberator mark. Oh yeah, absolutely legit. Especially for things that are attacking. Yeah. Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper. I remember them from Avatar. Very second card each turn, create a 1/1 color spirit token with this, so it can get block every block by non-spirit creatures. No. Drawn is chosen. Jambies. Might as well. 2 of those can be blocked this turn. How big is this? 3/5? Okay. The creatures you control. Creature discard a clue token. Let's see if this is what we want to do. Oh, hey, Gran. Non-creature spells cost 1 less to cast as long as there are 3 more lesson cards in your graveyard. Not necessarily going to be necessary. Iroh. Attacking creatures get +1/+1 until end of turn. Nice. Nice. Land creatures you control flying. Okay. Sad Robot, flash him into chump block. That is a good idea. That is a very good idea. Yeah, we're going to put Sad Robot in here. Shonim Simulacrum. Turn this card from graveyard to your hand whenever a player casts a non-creature spell. I mean, my Scornful Striker is just good in the command zone. But that's an obvious, like, thing. Let's put this in the considering just for the meantime, because if we end up going the artifact route, we don't want Mai, but if we end up going the non-artifact route, then we want Mai. I wish that this definitely wasn't so expensive only because this set came out. Could never be any other reason. I put it in the Changeling deck that I built, and it was like, it was nice, but then like, it went up so much, and it's like, I can't have it in the Changeling deck anymore. This sucks. Artifactor Lesson. Loot. I don't know how good that is, but we might as well. Whenever a non-token creature you control enters during combat, draw a card. Oh, duh. Yeah, that works. I was like, why is that very specific and perfect for this? Cool. Other creatures you control have haste. Attacks may discard your hand if you draw cards. Number of attacking creatures. I keep looking at these cards. I'm like, wow, they're really good for what I'm trying to do here. And it's like, duh, because they're in the Avatar set. Oh, come on, Chipper Williams. You don't have to tell me twice to put Nev's Disc in a deck that can flash it in. Oh, come on. Nevin Neurals. It's an I. There we go. I know we all normally have a full turn to react to this threatful information. However, never mind. Everything's going. Yeah. God, I love that. That's great. God, counter on it and it gains haste. These weren't the 4-mana drops. So. Create an ally, create an ally, create an ally. Is this just going to be an artifact deck? Oh, easy, Zada. Yeah, how you doing? She needs to go in. I am too. I'm pretty sure that the way to abuse Flash, always the best way to abuse Flash, is to let your hand hold up with like interaction, and then just be like, well, I guess I didn't have to use it. Spell, 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 spell. And so like you can hold up a lot more counter spell protection or other stuff like that, and then just be like artifact, 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 artifact. And then all you gotta, like, you just get everything out. It's really nice. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be artifacts, and then artifact creatures would be nice too. Yeah, because it's artifacts and allies, not non-creature artifacts. Yeah, you know, I'm thinking that's where we go. Imagine flashing in a Zulaport cut through it when somebody board wipes. Maybe we don't have to. Maybe we can do that. Anyway, let's try artifact and creature. Let me... Oh, easy. Academy Manufactor. Every single time I see Academy Manufactor in a deck, I'm like, I really wish that I could run it. It's always jealousy that gets to me. It's like, I can't have it. Why do you get to have it? It's really good. I really like Academy. The moment I saw it, I was like, oh, that's a problem. And it also has one of the funniest... It's a really funny flavor text. Or rules text. This I don't know if y'all can see it with my noggin in the way. Okay, we're good. If you control 18 Academy Manufacturers, I don't know, you figure it out, and you'd create some number of clue, food, or treasure tokens, you will instead create 129,140,163 times that many clue tokens, same food, same treasure. I think it's one of the funnier ones. Adaptive Automaton. We saw that in a moment. Chosen type. Yeah, I mean, if we were to be doing allies. But it is good. Putting it in for now. But when we got a $5 commander, we also got to be careful about, like, price of each card. Let's do things that have synergy with artifacts specifically. So, something's gonna have to synergy with artifacts. Here, let's do Unwinding Clock, and let's see what this is. Secret sauce to how quiet a spike instant before your turn. Yeah, you know what? Let's just make everything that they would want to do in the game not happen. And then kill them for existing. Oh, yeah. I try, when I build my decks, I like to have the whole package be $30. Because, like, it's nice. Every once in a while, I get to the point where it's like, maybe I'm going to have to be like, oh no, I just ignore the commander. Like, I built a Vivi once. And I was like, it's not going to be expensive. Was not right, but I ended up building a different deck, and that ended up being really nice. But yeah, so I got close a few times. Okay, Synergy Artifact. Did I just spell it wrong? Yeah, no, I put type, not OTAG. That's my bad. This commander is my Zuko right now. You may cast ally spells and artifact spells as though I had flash. It is a 4-drop firebending 3 for Bolas colors. So, Battered Golem. Battered Golem. I like Battered Golem's stance of just like... He looks like me too. No hair and no neck. Everything. First non-legendary artifact spell you cast each turn has Casualty 2. Maybe you sacrifice another creature, put a counter on a shot. So I can sacrifice a 2 power or greater, copy it. Yeah, I could see that being fine. Armix, discard a card when you target creature defending play controls -X/-6. A lot of these things you build around mostly. Whenever this attacks, you may cast an artifact spell from your hand or graveyard by paying life equal to... See, that's the type of thing that I just can't do in normal. Target creature and opponent controls -1. See, this is the funny thing you could do. A modular 3 flying artifact creature that says, hey, that thing that's coming at me is a little bit smaller and also dead. Put a counter on Arcbound. None of these Arcbound things are going to go in, are they? I keep reading cards and I do not look at the price until I'm like, oh yeah, that goes in. And that's my fault. Charge counter target artifact. Nah. But yes, for sure. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, obviously. Flame War. Let's start one of those. Let's see. Honestly, more than meets the eye is not that bad. It's a good way to get cards in hand. Now, Joyer's Familiar, you're going to cost a little bit too much. Poo-poo UFO. That is true. I believe that's what you're talking about. Yeah. I like poo-poo UFO. I'm not sure, because I guess that would be a better question, because then we would want to have something to pump the firebending mana into. Gemstone Array comes to mind. Yeah, let's see what we have for activated abilities. So let's see what we have for X activated abilities. How do we do that with regular expressions? No, it's not a number. I could just do it this way. I think that should be fine. And then this gets an escape, and then we got that. All right. Artifact creatures with activated abilities, specifically with X in the cost. Steel Hellkite. Wait, so does firebending go away at... Yeah, you, Chipper, you and I on the same page here. How does firebending get worded? Here. That's not how you spell Zuko. Dang. Last until end of combat. Okay, cool. I was making sure on that one. So, tap X on top. Look at X life. So 3 ain't much. +1/+0 counters aren't that great. And only during your upkeep. Okay. That ain't gonna work. Yeah, Steel Hellkite's amazing with it. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of the creature thing. So actually, in order to specifically not see them again. Aladdin's lamp. Easy. Draw X, number of cards in opponent's hand. We'll just put one of those in there. Let's see. The quiet. It's perfect. Put a counter on target creature power X. That's kind of stupid. Becomes an XX till end of turn. Becomes an XX till end of turn. That's nice. This is something. Mill X, maybe. So not much for X. So let's do specifically ones that have 3, 2, or 1. Well, maybe hold up. Prototype Portal. Maybe. That actually might be good. Victory Chimes and Bender's Water Skin? Sure, yeah. Probably not Victory Chimes, but definitely Bender's Water Skin I'll put in. Victory Chimes cost a little bit. Does, right? Hold up. It's like $1 something. $3. Yeah, not Victory Chimes. But Bender's Water Skin for sure. It is. I'm so glad they printed that at Common. I have a deck that I was gonna, because I'm doing this whole stream thing because it's like, something easy for around the holidays. So I don't gotta do too much. But it's really nice because it's like, I was gonna make a video about this combo of Ragnar the Redeemer and Crab the Unredeemed. Also, now that I got this out instead, I can buy the costume that I wanted to buy. Ragnar the Redeemer does this. Crab the Unredeemed is this, which is a better sack outlet for like creatures and stuff. And I am so happy that we got a color version of Victory Chimes that cost 31 cents, because with Crab specifically, having a black mana on everybody's turn is insane. Like, I could get, because like Crab gains you the life, and then Ragnar will give you 2 creatures, which then Crab can sack to gain 2 more life on everybody's end step, which then Ragnar gives you 2 more creatures. So by the time you pass the turnaround, you've drawn 6 cards, gained 6 life, and put 6 +1/+1 counters on Crab. It just, they each cost 5 and 6 mana consecutively, so that's the first problem you gotta get across. But once you do, it's good. It's really good. I love the deck. It's one of my favorites. Actually, one of the first I ever built, but now I revisited it, and it would be the first time it's on the channel, but I love the deck. Anyway, Tangent Decide, Xantcha. Yeah, Xantcha probably really will work in here. Is it T? Yeah. Don't you wanna Xantcha? Oh, what kind of... I like that. Is that like... It's definitely Secret Lair, but I don't know. Anyway, Xantcha's control uses 2, draw a card, may play. Yeah, perfect. Xantcha's a good one for the firebending, especially. All right, so now let's add back in the typing of creature, and then instead of X, we'll do 1 to 3. So now, oh, let's also get rid of tap ability. Do we still want tap abilities in here? Well, yeah, but the opponent has to use it. But like, an opponent gets it. So like, you would be the opponent in that case, and any player may activate the ability. Them activating the ability means that you get to like. Does she? Yeah. I like Xantcha a lot. Oh, Burnished Heart. Easy. Oh, what was that one? No, I'll never forgive you. Thank you for being such an active member of chat, but your forgiveness is gone. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. I thought better of you. Just kidding. That's a joke. I don't know. What was I thinking of? Flops. Burnished heart. Oh, what's that one? Right? Journeyer's Kite. There we go. There. That's nice. Wait, I was there. Why just add it? Journeyer's Kite. 2-drop artifact comes in. Otherwise, attack with Zuko. Nothing better to get your land for turn. I don't know. I think that's kind of nice because normally that 3 is really harshly costed. I would say it's worth it. Then you could hold off on the mana for the rest of the turn. That way you don't have to do it on your turn. You get another mana for the whole thing. Fine, you know what? That it kind of essentially turns Zuko and Mayan Zuko into like a creature with what's it called? The Sword of the Animist. But not even ramp, it just does it. It is. It's like a worse version of other things, but we're in budget, so woo, we take it. What? There's that other Zuko that also has firebending. Let's see. Is that one expensive? Let's get that out of the way. That's a lot. Nope. Nope. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? Hold up. Oh, he's Marduk, that's why. Okay. Well, disappointment is a part of life. Just wish it wasn't such a big part of mine. Green creature. He's not a... No, he's not a green creature. It's just a colorless creature. I was like, Zuko's not green. Why is that here? Can I mark? Dies. Man, there sure is a lot of... Living the dream one nightmare at a time. You know it. Now, if there was a card to be a card for cards, mere mind servant. I didn't know what to do. I just... Something. This is throwing me off because I have purple UFO in here already. But it doesn't look like I do. Oh, this could also like sacrifice for clues and stuff. So maybe investigate could be a part of it. Target blue creature gains shroud. I like all these abilities that I can't give to my commander. Where are the other colors? Leyline Tyrant. Let's see. You don't lose on spells. Kind of get a stockpile going. Might be a little good. Not gonna lie. I'll put that in there, and then if price needs to be considered, we'll take a look at it. Target creature gains flying. I mean, it's nicer if I can give that there. The target artifact. I guess that makes sense. That put to my hand. Yeah, that's really it for the activated abilities that cost anything close to 3 mana or less. Not a lot of great ones. but we're getting somewhere. Because, like, with what we got at this point, you know what? This is where I go to help. What in tarnation is this? We're doing some deck building, and if you want to help out, you can. We got a whole chat going for it. But around the holidays, kind of taking it easy for now, so I decided to. Yeah, I do have a face. It's pretty awesome. Kind of decided to do this in lieu of forcing myself to do both holidays and the channel. Taking it easy, and plus it gets me an introduction into trying to do like deck building streams, which I would pick a day to actually do, because I think it'd be nicer to have a point where it's like do the deck building and then like it's like, oh, I'm gonna go test it, follow me into the Discord and we'll test it there, and then like 2 people come into the Discord, but like it'd be really nice. But yeah, this one is my and Zuko. We also did another one that was actually pretty nice. It was pretty good. I'll tell you not much. But the allies and artifacts having flash is a interesting thing. And so far we're going on the artifact side of things. But yeah, if you have any ideas, just let us know. Otherwise, welcome to chat. Oh, I should probably put each of the basics in there. That's a good start. Not gonna lie. And yeah. Yeah, Mana Rock ramp is actually going to probably be the best. Firelord Azula. Cast a spell while Firelord Azula is attacking. That's pretty good. But Azula's not an ally, so... Does Firebending stack? Appreciate it. I think Firebending does stack, right? Okay. Yeah. Zula's canceled for not being an ally. Hashtag allies only. You don't have to be lonely at alliesonly.com. Every joke that pops into here just... so many good things. A roaming throne. See, this is the type of deck where, because I always say that I don't like seeing roaming throne a lot, but like this is the type of deck 1000% that I'm like, roaming throne does not need to be in here. But because it's an artifact, people will throw it in. Because why would you really care? Like, if you really running allies, sure. But why would you care to get Firebending 3 twice? 6 mana, instant speed. Sure. But like $30 for that effect? Stop it. Azula, more like where's the gabagool? You're stupid. That's taking me out of it. Dumb. Fire Nation Occupation. Why did that rhyme? I'm gonna move along, but where's the gabagool? Stop it. I guess it is, because if they're putting Vanquish's banner here, they're just assuming that you're gonna do the whole thing. This is a good song. Is this no copyright? Hold up. Oh yeah, it is. And plus I have this technically purchased for the channel. Anyway, vibing here. Another ally enters the battle from the new control. You may have an ally flying. I mean, that'd be nice, but I'm not gonna have a lot of allies. Probably going to take out most of those that I have. Target creature control fights your opponent controls with the excess damage at that much red. Again, I read it, and then I looked at the price. Ooh, Emery. Maybe this actually would be a good card to have in this deck. I built a mono blue Emery as one of the first budget decks that I built, and not great. It was good at wheeling, did no dealing. Vehicle indestructible? Not bad. Well, Endurance Bobblehead's sorcery speed, so it doesn't really do much for protection. Non-budget card. Veilstone Amulet. I don't even know what that does. Let's see. That is... It is $9. I mean, that would be good. Yeah, actually, let's see what kind of artifacts we got for mana value 3 or less. Let's see how many first. Oh, if we have the time, chat, we can go through all 1,823. Search for any land. World map. World map. Let's see what world map says. Oh, also, gods too. Sunken Hollow. Dowsing device. Maybe. So your side effect for land. Actually, hold up. I'm going to put this in there. It might not stay in there, though. But I want to see what we got for mana rocks, because this might actually be good. Let's get Dowsing Device for a second. Let's see what this is. Another artifact is better than you control. 20 target creature gets plus 1 haste until the turn, then transform it. Until the turn. Haste, Exo, artifacts. Honestly, it does just ramp, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Mana Rock, and then Order. It is true. It really does depend on if I have a broken land or not. I'm not sure how many lands, though, are like that busted. Yeah, we'll see. There could be. You never know. We could be like, oh, the game-winning land. We'll put that one in. Overflowing Chalice for sure. Then we got Soul Ring's already in there. Enigma Jewel. Its abilities. No. Well, would you have a lot of abilities? No, not. It doesn't matter. Wow. It's the best part about having this specific thing, because then you do that and it doesn't quite update unless you refresh the whole page. Look at Torque. It's just going up in price. Dang. Alright, let's get the other signets in there. Talismans. Talismans, why are you so expensive? Oh! Once again, my reputation. Yeah, we'll just get Dark Depths in there. It's not a problem with budget. Once again, my reputation as a 3-drop mana rock hater is not being upheld, because Firebending 3 is exactly enough to pay for one of these things. Oh, hey, Basalt Monolith. Not worth it. What do we get, though? Dragon Spells, Bounty Board. Is there anything that has like genuine value that helps us? No max hand size, but that's not going to be the biggest deal, is it? Wait, Dark Depths is budget? It kind of is, actually. Really? At bare minimum, you just swing with Zuko 10 times, Mayan Zuko, and then he just, oh yeah, I got my 2020 avatar. It is an avatar deck. Stupid. I would never have guessed that Dark Depths would be budget of all things. Creatures, control, the chosen type, non-artifact, supposed to control. Cast have Improvise. Improvise gets around... Hey, chat, question. Improvise gets around Summoning Sickness, right? Because if it does, that might be really good. Going in. Alright. Man Escape Refract. Again, it's $3. I've been playing Magic too long. I see these things and I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's not that much. I could put that in. And then it's like, nope, Man Escape Refractor has just crept up so much. Now it's not budget necessarily. Energy does that. No. God, there's not really any reason to go through all these, is there? Replicating Ring. For the fun of it? Not really. Sonic Screwdriver, though. That's one that always essentially has some sort of value to put in there, you know? Because Sonic Screwdriver, at the bare minimum, is like, it can't be blocked. And then you could scry 1 if you really need it. Otherwise, it is just 1 mana. It is not bad. Anyway. Continuing on. Unstable Obelisk. Now, I'm putting this in not because it's an amazing card, but because I plan on putting Moonsilver Key in there. And a little interaction is that you can get Unstable Obelisk in, and as long as you have the ability, you can spend the 7 mana to destroy target permanent, which can just help in the back end of things. You don't have to do anything with it, obviously, but Gemstone Array, saving up all the mana you put in, one at a time. No. Not for a buck. Hedron Archive, no dice. Literally. Ring of Lucci, Stone Spirit Crystal. Those are the 4-drop ones that I usually go for when I'm doing this. But there's about a famous feature like for a card named Nicopolos, the Deceiver. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. Shuffle. I don't run them. Unfortunately. Yeah, everything else is kind of just going to be too much. Alright. I think that's good for Artifact Ramp. We'll keep that in there. We'll see what that does for us. And then... Yes. Alright, let's see what kind of recommendations do we get. Oh yeah, duh. Counter spells, we want to put those in there. Baleful Strix. Honestly, yeah, Baleful Strix would be really funny. It's like, oh, I see you're attacking me with the creature. Did you want it to die? Definitely don't need this in considering. $0.43. How much are we at right now? Oh, that's right. It doesn't tell me. That is also inaccurate. Ooh. Oh. Oh. We might move you to considering. $2. Ugh. And you definitely are not going to be here. So, don't need that ally. We almost broke 30. Ugh. You can create more allies with that. What is this? White Lotus tile. Next to anyone, color where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that share type of color. Yeah, I'm not gonna have that. Why is it $6 right now? I guess that it's like the Tree City thing that's also doing that. Yeah, it is. It is definitely difficult. Ooh, Relic. every bone in my body was about to add Relic of Sauron, and I saw it was $12, and I was like, of course it is. Of course it is. Ridiculous. Alright. Negate, obviously. Hi. Yeah, I know what you do. Fierce Guardianship, might as well. Terminate. It's probably gonna be the last commander of the night, yeah. Once 12 o'clock hits, it's gonna be a hard cutoff. But if I can finish this up before that cutoff, then we'll see. Oh, Seething Landscape, duh. Yeah, put that in. So with this artifacts synergy, there's not much that they're doing for us. From opponent's graveyard into the blah. Fire Nation Drill, really fun stuff. Actually really fun stuff though, because it's 2 black to essentially get a tapped 6/3 vehicle that gets the annoying part of what's it called? The annoying part of Shadow Spear Online. Alright. Well, from what I can see, I just need to look at the list again. So now what do we got? Visual spoilers. Alright. That's of Automaton. How many allies am I getting? Didn't really need too many allies. But I'm definitely getting Drana, for sure. So that's going to go... Leyline Tyrant. Wait, didn't I throw you into considering? Why are you here right now? Did I have 2 of you? Wait a minute. Ooh. You don't need to be here. People you foil, you're fine. 59, 25. Drana was one of those things. I had an Edgar Markov. I'm pretty sure Drana came in Edgar Markov, and Drana for sure was a card that I did not understand, because that was early in my career as playing like Commander, and it's like I had no idea how good Drana was until I'd hit, and then it's just like, oh, everything gets a +1/+1 counter. Then they hit, and I love Drana. I tried to build a deck with Drana and budget, and it wasn't bad, but like it wasn't like, whoa. It's better if you have the good vampire spells. I guess Smeller Bee. Yeah, I'd say definitely Smeller Bee though, because that's just a wheel effect. That's a wheel effect, so that draws you a bunch. Draw. Artifacts getting bigger. That's nice. Zancha, draw. Decent, yeah. And then artifacts, cool. And then but non-token creatures. Is that worth it? Yeah, 19 of them. You're gonna get something. That could also get your commander out, can't it? It can. That's actually nice. God, was Drana $30? That's crazy. 22 artifacts. Stable Obelisk. So lands. Yeah, let's get the lands situated so we can get an accurate idea of ooh, that was Knuckles. We can get an accurate idea of what they go for. Cool. Two or fewer. No, that's not the ones I don't want. honestly, in my opinion, I'm EP. I keep losing my train of thought. It just goes, whoa. And then it's just like, well, it was somewhere. I had something. Oh, honestly, I remember now. I had a when they changed that whole like when this enters stuff to like from enters the battlefield to enters. At first, I didn't like it, and but then I quickly realized I only didn't like it because of the initial Magic player knee jerk reaction of like change. Not for me. Like for the most part, it actually is a lot simpler to just be like, oh yeah, when this enters. And that's when I realized that every single time a change happens, I'll always just be the person that's just like, don't like it. But then I give it like 2 days and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense though. The Eldrazi Winter. Was that snow covered stuff or? Oh no, that was Battle for Zendikar. That's right. That might not be. Yeah, I think that's good. And then I just realized Zuko can attack with Firebending 3 and use that mana to activate most of Rogue's Passage to give Zuko unblockable and make it through. That's pretty nice. Did I already do utility lands? Let's see. No. Yeah, but at that point, you just might as well pay for Zuko, right? No, because then that could be command damage you rack up. That's actually pretty nice. Which makes these investigate rooms actually not that bad. It's power 3. That's not going to work out. A lightning bolt? Is that the one you're wondering? No, not lightning bolt. Gotta snap for that bolt. I should put more counter spells on the deck for sure. Loot. No, I don't think loot's gonna be the thing. Looking through. We got escape. That escape tunnel won't work. Secret tunnel. Feel the ruin for sure. Ghost quarter, no. See, I always like to put in like feel the ruin and the demolition field. If I don't think I put the demolition field in, did I? I think I skipped it by accident. I like to put those in because there it is. Because with those 2 cards specifically, making a life total 0 is a great way to counter a spell, but if their life total is at 3, I can make their life total 0 in a few other ways. But I like to put those land destruction things in there because it's just good deck building practice to have that kind of like, oh, the one-off, I'm going to get rid of a non-basic land. Because then somebody brings their $300 Gaia's Cradle to the table and you're just like, hey, I have a 12-cent card that says you don't get to play with that anymore, and we all get a land out of that. Babies hate land destruction. You and Spencer would absolutely get along in that regard. Is that an opponent controls attacking your blocking creature? Nah, that's too much. So it sounds like it's a one-sided land destruction deck. I wish Cleansing Wildfire was an instant for this deck. Oh. Cleansing Wildfire. Imagine you just get, oh, cool. Back to 0. That'd be disgusting. Next person to sneeze loses. Or wins, depending on who they sneeze on. There, Scavenge Grounds. And then, see the crime. Let's see. There should be some more. This is gonna work. Don't worry about it. $0.07 weren't these like more than that not too long ago? Is that a standard thing? Maybe it was a standard thing. Surveil 1, sure, but I want to put too many colorless things in here. I don't think there's any way to do Torment of Hellfire and instant speed for this. But that wouldn't be a bad idea. Interesting. A lot of land abilities that become better when you just take 3 off of the cost. It's kind of crazy, actually. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop looking at that too much, but like, it really starts to like become better. I'm gonna put way too many colorless lands if I keep trying to do this. How many lands I got? 28, so 10. Okay. 1, 2, where are you? 3. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Because some of these care about swamps. Cool. So we're at 84. We still need more. How are we feeling about that? Let's do some counter spells. Reality chip though, but that has to be right. That's a lands cast spells on the top. Well, it's $3 though. I put it in considering because it for sure would be a good card for considering, but we're really close to budget. Midnight Clock. Hour counter. Each upkeep an hour counter. 12th one, just reset your hand and graveyard. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll put that in. Yeah, because then you can at least pay a blue with 2 of the firebending costs and get that in. What? He has been scared for too long. Wizards rise up. Trying to gather the masses down there, Jack. Let's see. Let's see. Look, I calls it as I sees it. Oh yeah. Let's take out the operative word unless. I want it to be final. Yeah, but yeah, blue's reasonable to have open at all times. Obviously. Because like in this deck, I'm gonna imagine that like for the most part, the firebending cost will just be funneled into a spell, or sorry, an ability. But like you'd want to hold up a lot of blue mana specifically for counter magic to protect the things that are coming your way. And then if it's like, oh, that's not happening, it's just artifact, and then just take your turn. The best way to play counter magic, in my opinion, is absolutely on other people's turns. If you can do your entire turn on your opponent's turn that's right before you. Also, Long River's Pull, it's a very slept on card. Very slept on card. Essentially, counter a creature spell for free. Well, for its own ability. And then if you really need to counter something else, just give somebody a card. Anybody who's not doing great. And then just counter whatever you want instead. I like it a lot. It doesn't go too high in price. It's just a counter spell. Eventually, it's just going to be so old that it gets higher in price. But until then, I'll be fine. Let's see. Transmute for 2. What costs 2? That's $1.72. That's not going in at all. Let's see. Activated ability. Don't know. Spider Sense. It's $1. They ain't going in. Stratus Dancer. Really wish she were. Well, hold up. No, it's a colorless creature spell. It's not an ally or an artifact. The Void Mirror. You really want to hurt people today, huh? Counter target spell. Well, Admiral's Order. Not really. Now we're getting into the 3 mana counter spells. At this rate, something like Disallow is good. We're gonna have to really get back in there. Electros. Oh, what's that one that like? This one? No. No. Oh, there's one that's like it can't be countered. It's really good, and it's also got Overload. Something like that. We'll see. It's probably for sure gonna be up here. Reverse the Polarity. Doctor Who? More like Doctor What? I just skipped a lot of cards. My eyes glazed over every single thing that I saw for that joke. Oh, saw it coming. That one's a good one. You just see, the thing is, if you have one Foretell card in your deck and you play it more than once against somebody, they eventually will catch on. And eventually they're going to have to know you can counter anything you want. Eventually. Fabulous Life Draw card. At that point, I just die. 2 target creatures, not even good. Is this a wizard? Nope. Human Noble Ally. Different. You might even say they will see it coming. That's funny. That is a very accurate statement. You get a cookie in 7 to 12 business weeks. Potentially. Oh, thank you, OTAG Counterspell, for Obeka Brute Chronologist. Hey, would you please counter the spell you just cast? Stupid. It's like, it's technically a counter spell, but no, nobody's using that as a counter spell at all. Why would you put that in there? At this point, I'm just here for rewind. There you are. Alright. See, rewind's good, because rewind will allow you to... Oh, I love me a summary dismissal, though. Nothing quite better than ruining a Storm player's dreams. Yeah, we'll put that in there. All right, so what are we at now? 91. That's crazy. Also, it's organized by price, please. Back to this. Go to there. You gave me the $2 bill. Thanks. Oh, it's a real holiday miracle. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it. Now I feel bad because I probably won't be able to Postmate you a cookie. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to get rid of Blue Spirit, though. Yeah. Dang. Budget went up $2, y'all. Let's go. Ring the bell. Shush. That's dumb. Fire Nation Depot. What's the most expensive land I have? 80 cents? 74 cents for a disallow. Oh, I hope I feel worse now. I'm not going to be able... First off, joke's on you. I love money. Second off, why? I appreciate it. But you don't have to donate at all. I guess budget's up $5 more now. We can afford the lands. We'll buy this for a nice holiday store, whatever. It came to mind and then it just went. Oh. Dang. Officially, with those 2 donations, I have made more in this live stream than I do in most videos. Total. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know what else do we put in this though. Also, everything's like 70 cents. That's crazy. I'm gonna get... I need that though. Screw that. Man, there's just like something that is like missing. Just like a small base level thing about this. Yeah, it's card draw. 100%. It is card draw. I was like, oh, duh. We're going to foil everything. I'll order my Pringles extra rare. Yeah, we need to get card draw in here. So, what kind of card draw we get for this? But Thought Monitor has a higher price tag on it. Oh, no, it doesn't. What am I thinking? That's the mana cost I'm thinking of. Yeah, 100% Thought Monitor. Glimmer of Genius. Aren't the glimmers like... Oh, no, never mind. Glimmers are the creature type thing, but this. Okay, yeah, instant speed draw effects like that actually would be really good. I would for Opt if it wasn't for the fact that that's a 1-card replacement. Mind's Eye. See, the Mind's Eye is like $3. It's not. It doesn't even pop up because oh, there it is. It's at $4. Into the story. There's some cards in the graveyard. Draw 4. But it is a 7 mana instant. But 7 isn't hard, so that's a 4 mana draw 4. We'll put that in there. Yeah, I think Mind's Eye is one of those cards that's like, it's good, right? And it's really nice, except the 5 mana can be a big hurdle to like get over. Yeah, so I don't know, but I think it deserves its $4 price tag for sure, because it's essentially just reverse Ristic Study. It's like a reverse Ristic Study plus Smothering Tide. It's like, oh, you drew a card, I'm gonna pay 1 and then draw your card. But yeah, for Commander, that's absolutely well worth it. We need more card draw. That'll be... What are some instant speed? Like, kind of how Opt is, but like multiple. I'll just do this. Draw anything between cards, and then either type instant or type sorcery or type ally. Honestly, let's not forget that. Cool. Let's also go CMC. Ancestral Vision, easy. Book of Ross. Yeah, Book of Ross maybe. Take inventory. Take inventory. What is take inventory? Appreciate the take inventory. Thanks. Let's attack this turn. Wait, why did I type sorcery? Artifact. What? To use the typing, type instant or type sorcery. Behold the multiverse. Behold the multiverse is expensive though, isn't it? What am I thinking of? It's definitely not what I was thinking of. But Behold the Multiverse works because it's another foretell card. I love that. Of One Mind. And then... And a non-human creature. I don't know if we have any non-human creatures. Bird, elk, ally, wizard, artificial. Yeah, we're going to have, of these 19 creatures, 1, 2, 3... No, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them are non-human, or are humans. So yeah, we'll probably be able to do that. Well, it's a sorcery though, so maybe not for sorcery speed. More looking for instant speed stuff, Because then you can cast that with the firebending if necessary, if it's red. I probably was thinking of one with the multiverse, yeah. Because that one's in my Elminster deck, and that's a powerhouse in Elminster. Insight engine. Let's see. Why does this keep playing? Y'all hear that? Like, oh, I think I know what it is. I think, yeah, my car's radio is like finicky, so sometimes my Bluetooth connects, disconnects, connects, disconnects, and so then it probably does that little play thing where like it play pause, but it just does the play and then it plays it through. Or somebody's connected to my phone and I just that's another thing. Charge counter on this artifact, draw a card, free charge counter on it. That'd be crazy if it wasn't $3. Hey, this song again. That's nice. Draw X cards and discard a card. It's not bad, especially if I can firebend into the X. Quick study is good. Quick study is definitely good. I was thinking more of like these red ones, but quick study might be better. Let's get rid of Sokka. Pumpkin bombs. Let's do quick study. Yeah, it's just meant to be like if there's pure silence, like then the music can take in for like whatever there is. But for the most part, I don't want there to be like a ton of music. It's always a nice little touch if there's anything there. And then Stroke of Genius. Maybe even the score is crazy. So the problem with even the score, Joyer is in there. I did put Joyer in there because yeah, Drown in Dreams. Mills twice X. You just have to pay the 3 to get. Yeah, might as well. Anyway, big score. But, no, I think this is only when it was people with me in the chat, but like I was talking about big score specifically and its relation to another card, Unexpected Windfall, which I don't get how. Oh yeah, we were gonna do this. I'll put this one on the back burner for now. Chipper, but I'll definitely keep this on a tab so I can keep mind of it. But Unexpected Windfall. This card is $1.62, and this card is 60 cents. They're both essentially the same because they additional cost to cast, discard a card, draw 2, create 2 treasures, instant speed, 4 mana, right? This one's 2 and 2 red pips, harsher cost than this one. However, this one has like 1, 2, 3, 2 prints that it really 3 prints, I guess, that it has. This one has a lot more, and that's the only reason why it's 60 cents, and I don't get it. Like, it's just, that was the only reason, but like I went on a whole tirade about like why is this one, which should be easier to cast, cost less than this one, and I guess it's only because there's like multiple prints of this, but still, none of these prints came anywhere close to any of these prints values. So I have no idea. Like, in general, it just baffles me. Man, you know what? I'm thinking at this point, we're going to have to just leave it there. But we did get a decent chunk into this. Here, let me put this into the chat. So if y'all want to see that Moxfield link, there's this one for here. And then we'll go into the other one too, if you want to see this version of the link. I'll just copy it, paste it, and then there's this one that we built. These were both decks that we made on stream today, technically yesterday too. And yeah, if y'all want to check them out, I'll be working around through them a little bit. So if they end up becoming something more than what they already are, you can just keep checking on that link back there. But otherwise, I'm just going to do my shout outs. If you have been here and you haven't been doing much, you can always subscribe. It really helps out. I really appreciate each of you coming through. New video will come out about 2 weeks. I'm just kind of taking the time for the holidays, so live stream instead. But for those curious, can't we get the thing to the Alania deck? That's right. I was getting that too. But the for those curious, tomorrow usually we would be doing a game night on. It's pretty much every Saturday at 7. I'm going to be out of town, so I won't be able to do it tomorrow. But next week for sure, I'll be going back into it. I don't have much going on post-holiday stuff. So, yeah, check out for that. And I'll see you around. And hopefully I'll do more of these if it becomes a thing, especially if we can hold the attention of 12 people at a time. That's a lot. So, yeah. We can easily do these on a more regular basis and have these old cool powwows. But check out the Discord. Links in the description of the video, and it's otherwise powerbudgettcg.com. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. And let me get this link first so that people can see it if they want to. But I'll get it to you personally, Bean. That way you can get that. Night.